Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Lost Splaining the Interwebs. Drexel, where's your camera?
Oh, shit.
It,
Shut off.
why would you do this? Why would you? You're in black screen.
Your camera's racist, man.
It was working a second ago.
Literally 1 second ago. Can they hear me, though?
Yeah, they can hear you.
Oh.
This is why. Son of a hooker.
Like that.
This is how the day is going to go.
This is going to be a Black Raw scene.
I'm going to get this camera working.
Well,
I
how did that
promise. I don't know.
happen? It literally, it was
Why does it keep
good,
saying
and then
this?
it wasn't good.
So, the camera, about that camera that was working literally 2 seconds ago. This is not what I need. This is not what I need right now. Anyway, welcome. With me today is very special guest Drexel. I promise he's here. He's just really close to the screen, to the camera. That
Clearly.
it's on. See if I can get this thing. You've got
This is unbelievable.
unbelievable for you. Why wouldn't it? Nothing else is using this camera. I'll be right back.
You're unbelievable. Plugged in?
Yeah. It was just on. You saw it on. I commented on the white balance.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what happened, man. I got deep faked.
Oh my god. Just a second, guys. We're getting things set up. For some reason, OBS decided to stop capturing this camera.
You should just ask your camera, do you like black people?
You love black people?
Unbelievable.
Maybe if I go to this other one. All right, and then I go back to this one. This is the high quality professional programming you've come to expect. What? I mean, I can do it this way too.
Unreal.
Give me a second.
Oh, I was told to make sure that you check your Twitter DM.
Oh my god.
I mean, clearly not now.
This is... What for? By whom? Who is it? Who this is it's the most aggravating thing in the world. You're on a show. Oh, check your DMs. Check this, check that. I'm in the middle of a show.
Hey, wait a minute. When you took the books down?
They're getting rearranged.
Oh.
Are we gonna get a camera? Is this gonna happen? I honestly have no idea what's going on with this camera. Is it on some window somewhere? This is great. This is exactly what I want. So anyway, while I'm working on this, what are we talking about? You're back from Colombia.
Man. Wow. Yeah, a lot has changed since last time I saw you.
A lot has changed?
Yeah, Colombia was something else.
What's changed?
Colombia is beautiful in every form and fashion.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of things happen in Colombia. I saw lots of sights. There were sounds. The food is good. The weather is even better. The women might be even better than that. But I incurred a lot of injuries, though.
Oh, did you?
I did.
What kind of injuries?
Oh, yeah, you didn't listen to the show, but I
No.
talked about my experiences in Colombia. So, due to pelvic thrust, I injured my left and right ass cheek, right? Now, Nick.
Did you pull a glute?
Both. I pulled both, so they both cramped up. And then there was another cramp. I had a hammy. We went to Guatape, right? It's this huge rock that you scale, right? And Nick, have you ever scaled a huge rock? when both your ass cheeks are just burning? That was me.
No.
I feel like they got beaten. Finger banging. Re-injured my hand. I can't make this up. I pulled my back muscles. And then the aforementioned stuff. But otherwise, other than that, it was a great trip. It was
Sorry, I'm listening. I'm just wondering. I'm marveling. I think my camera died.
You mean like died?
Like, I think it's dead.
Really?
I mean, because it should be working right now.
Yeah. You mean like it literally just broke?
Try it in.
God damn. Oh, it was that diesel mechanic. Yeah. She made that joke as we were walking through Medellin. She was like, "Are you going to tell your audience that I blew your back out?" I'm like, "Fuck you."
You know, this joke's been already done, though.
I know.
In How I Met Your Mother.
Has it?
Yeah. Barney Stinson, right?
Yeah.
Played by Neil Patrick Harris.
Yep.
He hooked up with some, I mean, she's a famous actress, but she's older or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And he broke his hip.
Oh. Yeah, that was me. Yeah, so.
There we go.
Oh, shit, I'm back. Well, here for the first time for some people.
Yeah, okay, so. So much has changed. Let me go ahead and fix this for you.
What is that doing?
You gotta talk into this guy.
Oh, was I always doing this wrong?
I don't know, probably, but it was my fault.
Oh, yeah, I've been doing that wrong the whole time then.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. You're horrible. You're a horrible producer.
I know.
Producer Tim is clearly better.
Well, I mean, okay. I gotta get my mic pulled up here. Everything is new. Everything is broken, and everything is terrible.
So Barney threw out his back?
Yeah, hold on.
Or his hip?
Now you're really loud.
Am I?
Oh, yeah, I gotta turn you down.
Damn.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
I'm telling you, everything's a disaster.
Wait, do you know what our first topic has to be tonight?
It's the thing that really has changed, and I know what you're going to say, because we just watched it.
Okay, the second thing that we're going to talk about after witnessing something that everyone needs to witness.
What? Okay, what are you going to talk? I thought that was what you were talking about.
That was going to be the next thing. We have to talk about Elliot Page.
Excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Elliot's the right one. I had to think which one it was. I had to think what the proper name was.
Yeah, Elliot. You heard the sad news, right?
Look, tragedy. No one saw it coming.
No one. Okay, did you?
Who
Do you know any divorce lawyer that was like, "Oh, this couple's gonna stay together forever"?
Well, who would have thought that they would break?
No way. No way. A 5'1" trans manlet was gonna. A trans manlet was gonna transition into said manlet,
Yeah.
and that relationship was gonna work.
I don't know why you have to hate on this relationship. It was beautiful. It had all the promise and potential in the world. And you're just a hater. You're just hateful.
I mean, dude, she's a he I don't fucking know anymore. These people are just weirdos. So a trans manlet. What do you think about Biden's appointee, whatever that thing was?
What?
My man said
that
it
is
looked
a
like.
beautiful. Did you say my man? How dare you, my beautiful woman? That is a beautiful, beautiful woman.
The fucker looks like George Washington, fam.
Nope. Jonah Friedlander.
Is that the actual name?
Or Judah Friedlander. Judah Friedlander. Look him up.
Wait, you just said him?
Yeah, look up. That's not the name of the person.
Damn it.
Look up Judah Friedlander. I'll wait. I'll wait for this.
Judah?
Judah Friedlander.
Okay. God, why is there always porn on my phone?
That's your own problem.
All right.
I don't know.
Hold on. Let's divert away from Pornhub. All right. Judah Freeland. Let me see who this person is. American actor.
Yeah, Judah Friedlander.
Who is this?
He's on 30 Rock.
Okay. What about him?
That's exactly what the new health person looks like.
Oh, yeah. Horrible. Judah is terrible looking. This is wrong on so many levels. I don't know what to say. It's a complete fucking clown show, man.
But Judah Friedlander's an actor. They appointed someone who looks like a blonde version of Judah
Correct,
Friedlander.
yeah, blonde version. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Hey, what's up, Ty Beard? How's it going, man?
I was just talking to him. I love that guy. Yeah, I don't know. So Nick, there's this like this competition between who do I have a bigger man crush on between Ty Beard and Dollhouse Phil.
Okay.
And I might need both of them on at the same time.
So you want me to
a 36-hour stream?
You want me to ask Ty Beard to join a stream with you and Dollhouse Phil?
I mean, I wouldn't stop him. Dollhouse Phil and I are doing a Valentine's Day stream.
Mm-hmm.
He's bringing on Maple. Special request for
Okay.
a friend. For a friend. So Dollhouse Phil's going to have the dolls on.
I can't think of anything better for Ty than to be on your show with Dollhouse Phil.
No, but I'm going to do a show with Ty alone. It'll be Ty and I talking about random things. Especially me too, because there's been some developments.
You know, I'm an idiot. I don't know if you know this, but I'm stupid.
I've known for 25 years.
I did promise. You were here. It's your fault. I promised to do a 24-hour stream when I hit 100,000 subscribers.
Oh, yeah.
Because I didn't think I ever would. I thought YouTube's algorithm would keep me down.
I had faith in you.
Well,
I had faith.
Well, nonetheless, thanks for the faith. But I was stupid. So I have promised to do that.
When are you doing that? I mean, I'm going to get a power nap through at least like 23 hours of it.
I'll be right back. Let me go get this burrito. 2 weeks later. Hey, how was that 24-hour stream you did?
Speaking of which, we haven't told the chat about what we just witnessed tonight. Before and after, shout out to my man Phoenix Aram. I watched a Black Dynamite. Great show, Nick.
Yeah.
It works. I vaguely remember it on Cartoon Network. So shout out to him. Thanks for him having me on.
Cartoon Network. I thought it was
Well, Adult Swim. I think it was
the Michael Jai White movie. Black Dynamite was what I thought you were watching.
Wait, you mean anime?
No.
Oh, no. This was an anime.
This is an anime Black
Yeah,
Dynamite.
with Michael Jai White.
Because they did a live action movie of Michael Jai White called Black Dynamite.
When was this?
Probably right before they did the anime, is my guess.
You're killing me. You're killing me. But after that, and then before all that, you and I witnessed something tonight.
Mm-hmm.
That was beautiful.
It was. I told you.
Now, I had my...
All I said was, you have to watch something.
Yeah, and I was like, I mean, I didn't think you were going to be able to top Russian slapping. Because, I mean, if Russian slapping doesn't get you invigorated and all that stuff, I don't know what can.
Right. That gets the juices flowing.
It gets the juices flowing
mm-hmm.
in all eras. And then this happened. I don't know what to say.
We watched episodes 1, 2, and 3 of Redo of the Healer. Or Redo of Healer. Whatever it is. Whatever the Japanese call this masterpiece. This beautiful piece of art.
All right. Now, here's the thing. I believe the same writer-director of McBain created this. Because there's only been 2 perfect things in existence. Other than Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, McBain, and now Redo the Healer.
Yep.
That's it.
In that order.
In that order.
That's the order of release date anyway. So what'd you think of it?
11 out of 10.
It's brilliant.
Brilliant. So we got to give him the premise.
Yeah.
So Nick describes the premise to me. For all of you D&D nerds and everything, okay, anyone who's ever played an RPG, you know I'm not an RPG guy, right? But I played Mario RPG. I'm aware of the genre, right? Hey, Nick, how do you treat your healer?
I have to address something because there's lots of questions in the chat real quick, and we got to put this one to bed real quick. Guys, why on earth would anyone watch a censored version of an anime?
Yeah, don't do it.
No. Really had to scour the internet to find it, but of course, Only uncensored versions of the anime. There's you can't watch that show censored.
No, okay. Watching that show censored is like listening to a gangster rap album edited, right? Like,
Yeah,
what's the point?
right.
Yeah, I got the Chronic. Oh, you did? Yeah, edited. The fuck?
And not just edited for like profanity, but also edited for drug content.
Yeah. Anytime they say the Chronic or weed or any other derivative,
The green leaves.
I mean, what's the point? And this brought up an interesting thing that you and I talked about, Nick. Should there ever be a time when anything is edited in any form or fashion?
No,
Why?
just make it.
Just make it. Hey, watch this. Hey, Nick.
Hmm.
When you and I were in screenwriting class together
Yep.
and we were writing our mob epic,
Yeah.
do you remember the level of violence that we were going to put in there? It was glorious.
Catastrophic.
Catastrophic violence. Hey, Nick, did we ever stop and go like this? Wait a minute. In the event that this movie gets made, the censors won't allow this. No.
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 Just make your thing.
Just make your thing. Listen, I don't know about you, Nick, but when I saw Princess Flair take the drug elixir and go, oh, you want that? And he was like this, drugs. And he licked it up, and Nick, everything in the show was an 11 out of 10. The show is beautiful.
Yeah.
So what is your favorite part? I mean, let's just say that this dude took a lot of D.
Yeah.
He took more than like anyone in any show I've ever seen.
He's having a rough go of it. What I like so far, it's not a specific scene or anything like that, but it's a premise that they keep going back to very subtly. He has to keep finding his resolve to do this.
He does.
Because he's got to endure some shit.
Yep.
And two, but even after that, because he seems to be about done with that now. But two, even after that, right? Like, he's got a pretty good thing going. He's got his little head pat waifu. He's got
What do you think about
pretty ridiculous power.
What do you think about the animation on his waifu? What do you think about the?
What part are you? We're not getting into jiggles, are we? We're not talking.
We're gonna get to jiggles, and like the nipples themselves even have like the little punctures, right?
Yeah, they're
photorealistic.
They're putting work in. We'll say. But no, I like that. So there's the where he's like, it takes courage to drink this, right? And then she keeps being terrible to him, and that gives him the resolve to go through. And then later.
He dick slapped her. What do you think about that?
That was great.
I think that might have been my favorite part of the whole thing.
I couldn't believe they put it in the anime.
They put in, my man said, heel, and went, he dick slapped her. This is the first anime. Name one, Nick. Name one right now. Name anything that you've ever seen other than a porno where a dude who was abused by a woman healed his own dick to grow it bigger and larger. And then dick slapped the chick, and she actually went.
No. So the first of all, when this was first coming out, a bunch of the woke crowd lost their mind. Right? How dare there be a rape revenge story featuring a man? Because they have these featuring women.
Correct.
And have for quite a long time.
And we cheer on the woman.
Right.
We cheer her on every time. Yeah.
I Spit on Your Grave.
Yep.
Of course, has some pretty horrific scenes in it. And then literal sexual revenge takes place as well.
Yep.
Now, she doesn't, obviously, she's not a male, so she doesn't rape them in the conventional way. But she shoves a shotgun right up a guy's rectum.
Yep.
Like, and that's the retribution. That's what he gets. That's what he gets. And everybody's fine with it. But suddenly, when this one comes out, kvetching, right? Oh, it's going too far, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, nah, it's all drawings. And it's exploring revenge. And the depths.
He did pull out the hot poker. And he was like, which rod do you want?
But he didn't use it.
He didn't use it because he healed his dick.
He could have healed her after, too.
He could have.
Thinking of that. So, actually, I was on a stream with Yellow Flash. and Star Wars girl and that umbrella guy. And we were talking about this show. And Cecil joined. We were talking about this show. Star Wars girl's like, should have used a poker. She was the most vicious person I've ever seen.
I think here's what's funny. Dudes always have that natural like pullback, right?
Yeah.
It's we want someone to suffer because they're like, okay, you did something wrong, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then there's always like this part of them that's like, oh, we can't go that far.
Oh, RGE was on there too. Thank you for reminding me.
Hey, look at that. But do you notice? It's usually females who have that extra something, right?
Yeah.
Like, because dudes are like, I mean, he should have used the poker because that would have been too much, even though she did all these things to him. But it doesn't surprise me. It would have been the female who would have been like, he should have used it. Now, he should have healed her and then just rammed it in again. Because, Nick, her fingers.
He started breaking them.
I mean, he was like
Jason.
Yeah, he broke him. He broke him like Jason Goes to Hell. But our man, Creighton Duke, he just snapped her fingers in a way that made me, I mean, Nick, I got a boner watching it. I'm watching this revenge tale.
Oh, I've got a therapist to.
And I was just like, this is amazing because we never see it. Look, why is there such an uproar? It's because we've never seen it, right?
Yeah.
It's all like Kill Bill is a great movie, great revenge tale. We root for the bride to get her vengeance on Bill and the in the Goon Squad, right? But I don't. Yeah, Fists of Fury, but like it's never been sexual either. Like even though the bride just got beat up, she didn't get sexually assaulted or anything.
She did from Buck. My name's Buck. I'm here to fuck.
But he didn't get away with it.
No,
he was going to, and then she slipped those Achilles tendon, and that was real.
And then she smashed his head with the door.
His head with it. Yeah, that was something.
That squishy sound.
Yeah, but that brain matter leaks out. Yeah, that shit was God tier, man. Yeah, so you know what? Let me just go ahead and let me give a toast to Japan and for not cucking, right? Nick, make whatever you want to make.
Yeah, just make it.
Just make it, man.
The show, Sam, Josh, and other people who are asking is called Redo of Healer. It is an anime. It is highly adult content. You're overpour there. Good job.
Oh,
I was gonna make you laugh, but I didn't want you to spit soda all over my computer. You have it's very much an adult anime. That's fine. It's got nudity and violence.
It's got everything.
But it's also, it's hilarious. It's a full-on revenge story with the maximum level of revenge. And so, but I was talking with Yellow Flash and them about this. We were talking about what about this anime is so shocking and jarring. And actually, it's not that shocking or jarring when you get down to it. Like, it doesn't use the poker.
Nope.
But we watched Black Shampoo. And remember the gay hairstylist? They shoved a turned-on curling iron inside that gentleman.
Was he really a gentleman, though?
Emphasis on the gentle. So, like, this type of stuff and these themes have happened before. They're not that jarring. And one movie that I don't know if you've seen, we should watch sometime. It's called 13 Assassin. I brought this up on that stream. Maybe. 13 Assassins is great. But the villain in that movie not only kills this woman's husband, he then chops off her arms and legs and cuts out her tongue. And she is just like a doll for him. And she can't even complain about it, right?
Wow.
No tongue, no hands to write anything down, can't communicate. And like that is more horrifying to me than anything in Redo of Healer. But of course, I think Redo of Healer might get worse according to the manga, so we'll see.
It's just been nothing but beautiful.
The term is nugget. You're going to hell. You're going straight to hell for that.
Well, but Nick, just the very premise, I think we didn't really get into the premise. So the premise is basically, Nick, in anything that's D&D related, how do you treat your healer?
Like a slave.
Yeah, because you're like, what is your only purpose? Is we go into battle and fight all the monsters and everything, and then we just tell you to come in and heal us. And then it's like, all right, get the fuck out of here, right?
Yeah. Well, because
So-
they're useless otherwise.
They're useless.
They're always whining about their mana or their resources or, oh, I got to buff people again. Yes.
Yes.
You can't do anything else. You can't hurt anything.
You can't do anything,
Your spells aren't any good.
but you can heal.
Heal.
So, Nick, based on that premise, what if your healer, and the plot of the story, the healer, when he heals, has to absorb the experiences of the person he's healed, right?
Yeah.
Not good. Like all their suffering, pain, fear. It's like, oh, that's not good. So it makes sense why he wouldn't want to do it, right? So, Nick, naturally, what do? He wants to leave. Like, hey, I don't want to do this. I want to run away. What, Nick? I need you to heal. What are you gonna do?
Eat these drugs. Catch these drugs.
It's no joke, man.
Yeah, I know clerics in Pathfinder and in 3rd edition D&D are actually like the most powerful class. They're ridiculous. That was before they addressed the heal and harm spells and stuff like that. Yeah, clerics in 5th edition are really strong too, but like in MMOs, in MMO games and stuff like that, and your Final Fantasies, healers are just there to be abused. Just there to be abused. But anyway, so that was fun though. I'm looking forward to it. How long are you staying?
Shit, I don't know. I don't remember when I'm going back to actual work. I think it's February 1st. So I'll be here till Saturday or Sunday, one of the two.
All right. Well, if you're around Saturday night, maybe we could pop on Flash's show or something. That might be fun to talk about the next episode.
Of course. Wait, when did you say they get released?
They get released every Wednesday.
Oh.
So
Wait, so
Flash's live stream is on Saturday.
Okay. So isn't the show just like, isn't it already available, like a box set, or not?
No.
Oh. No,
these are new episodes. The one we watched today got released today.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
What a great show.
But there's a manga, of it.
Is this supposed to just be like one season, like one 26-episode season? Because
I don't know.
If it's a revenge story, you can't have that go on forever.
Oh, you can.
Well.
I mean, they've dragged Attack on Titan out forever. I mean,
that's still on?
Yeah, season 4's on its way or something. And I mean, like, that story is a long one. A long one. Okay. So, it'll be a 12 episode. All right. The manga isn't as graphic with the nudity. Well, the show is. Okay, so we do have some chats to address, and then we'll talk about, we can talk about stock trading, I suppose. People are pretty interested in the stock story, GameStop. I don't know what you want me to say about it, but it's there.
It's a great story.
It is a great story. I do have some thoughts on it. But let's check this out. Mr. Bentham says, please search on YouTube for a video by Memology called Get Ready to Unsub After Watching This and have Drex react to it, please. Hosting a video. It's annoying to host a video. Just a second. Memology. Get ready to unsub. I watched this. This is from a month ago. I have watched this. It's only a minute long. I don't know. Maybe in a little bit. We'll think about it. Lost Bullets says, hey there, Drexy Pie. It's me, Mr. Y. You tell your friend little Nicky that he can borrow my short shorts for his streams anytime he wants. You don't need to worry about washing them after. That's disgusting. You are
so
terrible
awful
for that. Rick Nikita says, and I'm 30. Well, happy birthday,
Hey,
man.
look at that.
Glad you made it. Morty J says, greeting Drex and Nick. Drexel, do you by chance have a spare ticket to all the upcoming women's sports events? I can't wait to see all the stunning and brave get hammered by all their equality.
Are you as excited as I am?
I don't think the transition's gonna happen that fast.
But I want it to.
I know. I want it to happen already.
I want LeBron to identify as a strong, stunning, and brave woman.
Yeah.
I want everyone to. I want to see, like, now, Nick.
Every women's sporting event would look like Pros versus Joes.
It would. Now, I want you to, I said on Facebook, and I'll say it here, I want to see death and paralysis. I want pure carnage. Because, Nick, when that happens and they start doing the whole, like, this is wrong, that's when you hit the media, right? You call, you go like, oh, hold on. Aren't you transphobic now, right? You know, I talked to Cress about this, right?
Yeah.
And Cress herself laughs at this whole thing. She's like, this is what happens, right? You try to play this game, and then now, what are you seeing, Nick? Dudes aren't stepping up to white knight anymore. Have you noticed that? They're just kind of like, do you? Yeah. And women are like, this isn't fair. Biden signed an executive order, and now men who identify as women get to be in women's sports. Yeah.
You voted for this.
That's what you voted for.
You wanted this.
This is what you wanted. Take it. Do it.
The only good executive order he signed.
It is the one thing I will give Biden credit for. Nothing else, but this one thing.
I bet he has no idea he even signed it.
Probably not. He probably went to sleep and like drooled on it or something.
Oh, is this my receipt from Denny's? Yes, sir. Sign it. Hey, 4 pancakes. Come on, man. Yeah, that's great. Master Blaster says, just wanted to say what's up and see if Drex has ever heard of Patrice O'Neal.
Yep.
You've mentioned this person before. I don't know who they are.
Famous comedian who died, unfortunately. Red pilled as fuck.
Texas Red says, Wall Street bets to Wall Street shorts. We can remain autistic longer than you can remain solvent. Seriously, how do you short more shares than shares exist? Soon may the Tendy Man come. Game strong till $1,000 end of week diamond hands. Look, here's how you can a short sale is just a promise to buy. So you can short as much as you want in theory.
Yep.
You can short unlimited shares. That's just fine. You just promise to buy at a particular price at a particular date. And then hope that it goes down.
Of course.
So, yeah, it's a funny situation. We'll talk about it soon. But you notice, of course, the response. They shut down. They're gonna shut down trading. Nasdaq's already talking about shutting down trading for quote unquote suspicious stocks. They shut down communication. They've closed out the Wall Street Bets Reddit, the WSB Reddit, and then they shut down one Wall Street Bets Discord. Guys, by the way, if you're in those Discords, beware. Beware about that. Because if you're in a Discord and they shut it down, eventually they're going to shut it down and ban the accounts, the Discord accounts.
Yeah.
So that's what they did with the with any of the Boogaloo stuff. They shut it down and shut down and it terminated all the Discord accounts. So the Reddit is back. They took it down to clean up any TOS violations. Oh, don't worry. It's all going to be a TOS violation.
Yeah.
It's going to keep coming back or keep getting shut down because it has to. But anyway, yes, Wooter Van Putten, it was an imperfect description, but the long and short is, okay, instead of what I said, you borrow shares and sell them at a particular price. And then the expectation is that the price will go down. And so that when you actually have to make the purchase, you get extra money. Long story short, because you can sell them at the current price when you borrow them. All right, there. All right, okay, but anyway, they're already talking about regulating these types of communications. The funny part is, of course, hedge funds do this every day. Hedge funds do what Reddit did every single day. In fact, the hedge fund that they're targeting is essentially doing that, making a large enough purchase to influence the stock's price in the hopes that it will actually manifest in the way that they wanted. They got checked on it. And nothing that I've seen from the Reddit crew is illegal. Nothing is unlawful. And that's part of the risk. But when you have billions of dollars, you don't want any risk.
True.
So we'll
It
see.
just got too much attention is all. That's all it is. It got too much attention.
It worked. I mean, that's the main
yeah.
thing. It worked. But this'll have to be, quote unquote, this will have to be addressed. It'll have to be addressed in some way. And if they can't do it through government, they'll do it through corporations.
Correct.
The NASDAQ is not a government entity. The NASDAQ is a fund. And it is now talking about shutting down trading on these things. And you saw, of course, several brokerage houses shut down your ability to buy or sell these stocks, or to buy them and sell them intraday. They are mitigating the ability to make this happen. So, Bad Vibe says, Drexel, what happened? You went to run a train only to cause a train wreck. Good job, Casey Jones.
Yeah, no, there were no trains on that visit. It was strictly one-on-one. This is the rare time when it was just one.
Yeah.
Hanging out.
Great Loner hanging out, huh? Great Loner says, Drex, convince Nick to take the acceleration pill. Make strip clubs binary inclusive.
Ooh.
Firefighters able, body positivity inclusive. Make the normies miserable. Let's collapse the U.S. by Christmas.
So, Nick, what would you think about that? If you walked into a strip club and...
The number of events, the number of days of my life that involve the phrase walking into a strip club are so minimal that it would have no impact on me.
Of course not you.
Yeah.
But if you're representing the dudes who are there on a fucking Wednesday, have you ever seen what a guy looks like on a strip club on a Wednesday afternoon?
No.
Do you want to see the guy who's in a strip club on a Wednesday afternoon?
I've seen him elsewhere.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you've seen that guy.
We all know the guy, right?
Like, crying into a cup of coffee and then drinking his tears later.
You know his life sucks.
You've seen him at, like, a bus stop. Or when you've ever seen someone sitting at a bus stop in the middle of winter and, like, there's no heater and they're just sitting there just like... You know you've seen him downtown.
Cold as shit. Just miserable.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry. Where were you going with that?
Yeah, so the strip club.
Yeah.
We got this non-binary strip club, right? So anyone can be stripping.
Yeah.
Do you want to see what kind of creatures could be creatures of the night could be stripping on any given night? Do you want to know what you can see?
No. I don't want to see anything.
Tess Holiday, check.
Is there? You're beautiful, girl. Get up there. Oh, I am beautiful.
You know what? Let me ask the chat. Is there a body positivity strip club? It has to exist.
Of course.
There has to be a strip club that caters to BBWs and SSBBWs.
Look at on this pole. Straight to the floor. Oh, boy.
Oh, shit.
Oh, my God. No. Solid Redfield says, that one part near the beginning of episode 2.
It's a midget strip club.
What?
Oh, shit. Big Bat. This is a midget strip club. Where is this strip club? Big Bat. Let us know.
Is that in the UK?
I'm asking for a friend. Yeah, I'm asking for a friend.
Solid Redfield says, that one part near the beginning of episode 2 of Redo of Healer was effing gross and turned me off to the show, but I'll defend its right to exist since supporting freedom of speech is a double-edged sword after all.
What part was gross?
What part was so gross at the beginning of episode 2?
What was the beginning of episode 2? When he messes with the chick, right? What was the beginning of the episode though? I don't remember anything. He'll have to put it in the chat. I don't remember anything. Midget salad tossing. Oh God.
Yeah, I don't know. Ryan Thornton says, read the Redo of Healer manga. I can't wait to see what he does to the gun hero after what he did to the guy who offed his village in the lesbian sword hero. Well, we'll figure that out. Coming up on next episode. Oh, the prison montage. Okay, when it showed him getting when it showed him getting violated over and over.
Okay, so here's my
But I
general
think they
thing.
had to. They had to do
You
it.
had to know how bad his life sucked, right?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Is that any worse than Last House on the Left, right?
No, and see, and I Spit on Your Grave.
Yeah.
Like,
it goes on and on,
I
though.
Spit on Your Grave
You're
2 is real, like, you're like, okay, I get it. Okay,
I get it.
It's like 6 minutes, and you're just sitting there like.
Here's the thing. I think all you need to do is just show, okay, once a general audience member gets an upset stomach, then they should cut away from the scene, right? Because Nick, in actual screen time, that's basically a minute max. Like you can get your point across in a minute. Like, all right, shut up. He slaps her, takes off her clothes, and we're like, all right, we're 23 seconds in, and then like the thrusting part, like, all right, yeah, we got it, and let's wrap this up.
Yeah.
With the, or you could flash back to something. In some of these shows, Nick, it just stays on them. You're like, yeah, we got it. It just some horrible looking dude who's some fucking like 70s porn reject. Like, bruh, yeah, we got it. We got it.
But they want that. Like that's what they want. They want you to be uncomfortable with what's happening on the screen.
Because as you should be as an audience, like whether it's a dude or a chick. Like, because Nick, you want the same like when you watch I Spit on Your Grave, you watch Last House on the Left. You want her to get her revenge just as bad as you want Redo the Healer to get his revenge, right? Because when you see someone get violated, it doesn't matter even if your cheeks got took by Fleece. And let's face it, Bullet is Fleece Johnson.
Yeah.
Bullet. I mean, Nick, he took his cheeks. I'm sorry.
I like you. I want you. We can do this the easy way or the hard way.
The choice is yours. And he just took his cheeks. And
Yeah.
Bullet took our man Redo. He took him hard.
It was
with tears going down his eyes. Like,
crying. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah, you don't.
Yeah, Hard Candy. Yeah, that was when Elliot Page was Ellen.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck that movie, by the way.
I've never watched it.
You didn't miss anything.
Why would anybody watch that movie?
Did you want to see Ellen Page in a more seductive way?
No.
I didn't either, but I ended up seeing it on accident. Do you know how I watched that movie? The girl at the rental store did the whole like, oh no, this is a good movie. I know.
The girl at the rental store. This movie come out in 1995.
Hard Candy. It's like 2005, maybe 2004 or something like that.
I guess.
She was.
Yeah.
You know, you always have that person, right? Like, oh no, you gotta see. Our man said you guys gotta go see Wing Commander. How did that work out for you?
I didn't go see it.
Wait, which one did you go see him with? You saw something horrible.
I've seen tons of horrible things.
Did you see?
But I didn't go to Wing Commander with.
Wait, you warned him not to see it, right?
Yeah.
And he goes, no, it's gonna be good.
I said this is gonna be bad. Don't go see Wing Commander. Now I unironically like that movie, but it's terrible.
Stop.
There's just some the things I like about it are dumpster things, right? Like one of the ships crashes on their, like it's trying to land, right? I think it's Matthew Lillard, and he crashes and dies or whatever.
Oh.
And then it's sitting there on the deck of the ship, and they're like, well, we've got to push it off. Because, of course, so like a bulldozer goes out and shoves the wreckage off the ship, and then it falls. And I'm like, you're in space. How did it
fall?
How
Yeah,
did it
gravity
fall?
gravity exists suddenly.
What's going on? Oh God. But it's messy. It's messy. But okay, not the dragon's treasure. Says broke investing in GME or Bitcoin. Woke investing in tea. It used to be used as currency. I think that one anime tea store has the right idea. We should all invest in that. I'm going to go buy some tea before their holiday teas go away next week. I think he means the dragonstreasure.com. Let's see. Kiwi Goes Live says, hello, Nick and Drex. I have a question for you two. With the whole GameStop and Reddit fiasco taking billions away from hedge funds and diverting it back to the people, I'm wondering what you would do with a sudden 8-figure windfall. So tomorrow, you wake up and check your bank account and you made $5 million. What do you do?
I'm just putting my plans I already have into overdrive, which would be to get out of America. Now, I still have to wait 8 more years, of course, till my daughter graduates. But when that day comes, nothing's changing. I'm leaving the country. That part will not change. So I'm doing my little thing, which is visit Colombia, visit Mexico, visit Panama and Brazil, and I think there's one other country I got to visit to get the fuck out of Dodge, right? And yeah, because Nick, think about it. When people win the lottery, what's the first thing they do? Honestly, what's the first thing most people do when they win the lottery?
They spend a ton of money.
Okay, other than that, they quit their job and go move to where they want to live, right?
I guess.
So being that the cost of living down there is significantly cheaper, you'd be like, well, let me buy the plot of land now, rent it out. You can Airbnb it, right? And just be like, I'm going to go ahead and buy a whole development. It ain't going to cost you much out of your $5 million. So yeah, I'd do it. Yeah, absolutely.
As for me, my plan's a little different. So I'm probably not going anywhere.
Yeah.
If I wake up a millionaire, then first I pay all my bills.
Right?
Those don't go away yet.
They don't go away, man.
And then you got to pay, you got to set aside some for taxes.
Yep.
And then I take a bunch of the liquid assets and I put them into various income generating REITs or whatever.
Yep.
And just have passive income, pay all sorts of things for the rest of your life. Whatever else you do.
Yeah.
Whatever else you do is fine. So that's me.
Did you see Bubba Fett?
What?
Bubba Fett's chat.
No, what'd he say?
You know what I do? Two chicks at the same time, man. Fucking Office Space.
Yep.
Do you remember just how grimy he looked? What was his name? What was the guy's name?
The neighbor.
The neighbor.
I don't remember his name.
Lawrence. It was Lawrence.
Two chicks at the same time.
I tell you what I do, man. 2 chicks at the same time, man. And he was like, you don't need to be a millionaire to do that. I mean, God, chicks that double up on a guy like me. Good point. Oh, Nick. Yeah, Lawrence. Yeah, that was him. By Joe Exotic Zoo from Carol Baskin. That's so fucked up.
Okay. Nightmare. FD3S says, my one criticism is that after instigating the Great Reset, this mofo relives all the same trauma, all the L's and all the D's and D's. I say he's an effing masochist and that one princess should have been DP'd. I've been thinking about that because people keep bringing that up as the issue. Well, like he goes through it all again, but he kind of has to. Like to get his revenge, he has to do that because that's why she's a princess. They set her up as she's inaccessible, and he has to have access to the heroes to heal them and gain the powers that he needs to get his revenge.
Yeah.
Like he needed the alchemy power. That's why they focused on that one. He needed the swordsmanship. Like that's going to come in later, I'm guessing. Yep. He needs all that experience to go ahead and do it.
But to take the D for 6 months, he was taking the D.
Months.
Here's a question, Nick. Could you do it? To get your revenge, you got to take the D for 6 nights, get your balls stomped on, slapped around, given drugs. 6 months to get your revenge.
I don't think so. I don't think I could do it.
But about 5 months.
Let's negotiate this down. 2.5. 2.5.
I mean, dude. 6. I mean, Nick, you saw how like the knights are like watching on as they. What about that scene? They took his essence, and then like the knight was behind him, and then he comes up to the girl.
That's when I knew the anime was legit.
I did. That whole part was
okay.
Yeah, it was it.
They went ahead with the snowball. All right. Socialism is for figs. Says, wait, isn't this going to hurt small families that have their money in the hedge fund? I mean, the damages are not coming out of the billionaire pocket. It's coming from retirement funds of the families that bought into them. No, I don't think that's as much of the hedge fund funding as you may think. It's going to come out of some very rich people's pockets. And their question will be, I guess what do? But they're accepting risk. I mean, they're dumping a bunch of money into it. Hopefully, anyone investing in these hedge funds is well diversified, as they should be.
Correct.
The problem is people who start investing in hedge funds who end up making the deal, who end up making the deals happen in ways like they were trying to do with GameStop, where they actually buy big enough to influence the market. They tend to get caught up in how well a fund performs, and they keep putting more and more into it. So it's a mess. Bad Vibe says there's one called The Riverside. The dancers are strung out and on anhydrous made funny stuff.
The Riverside? Oh, wait, is that the strip club for BBWs?
Yeah, apparently.
All right, I'm gonna Google it. Strip club, The Riverside. I'm gonna see what images I get it.
Yeah, Wouter Van Putten says retirement funds don't usually don't invest in hedge funds that heavily short. Yeah, I mean hedge funds are a little bit different. It tends to be a lot of private money going into it.
Oh, I mean this one's in Portland. These chicks look skinny. They look fucking horrible, but skinny nonetheless.
Socialism is for Fig says the guy who said the show was too naughty for him, well, he should watch the old HBO series Oz. He would have a heart attack. Oh, man. Did you ever watch Oz? I never did.
No, everyone told me it was good, though.
I heard it was good, but I don't need that in my life. I don't need that. Just call them what they are, Drex. They're fat chicks. What is up with this? I swear my microphone is sinking over time.
Oh, yeah?
I got a mic stand because the boom arm that I had was not right.
Oh, shit. There's a club where the girls have BBCs. They stand on them and spin. Oh. Oh, it must be instead of a pole, right?
I guess.
Damn.
And they make a pill for that. Thank you. Thank you. Oh my goodness. So yes, gravity exists. So anyway, so that's what's going on in the world, man. They've got GameStop.
Yep.
Going down. Joe Biden is dropping executive orders left and right. To me, it looks like they want to undo the Trump, like pretend that Trump was never president.
Yeah.
That seems to be the goal. They've been trying it forever.
Yeah.
What do you think about the impeachment stuff? You've been following along?
I've been following a little bit. I don't know if they'll even go through with it, honestly. Well, you know, I will say this, though. It puts Republicans in a very unique spot.
Yeah.
Because if you go along with it, what's going to happen in 2 years? When the midterms come, Nick, you might be done. That might end your political career. So if you go against him, it ends your political career.
I don't think to me, it's not a hard choice at all. Like, why would you have all the ammo in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you say, if you're one of these guys like, I condemn the violence that Donald Trump caused, but I don't think we have the power to impeach him. He's out of office.
Yep.
You have all the ammo you need.
Correct.
Of course, I'm like, he didn't cause any of the violence. That didn't happen. I listened to the speech. He didn't say anything. So,
but the media says it did.
How about this stupid?
So he did.
That's true. If the media says it, it is a real thing that occurred.
But, you know, we need to give more credit to the DNC, man. They're alpha as fuck.
They are
Republicans are useless.
They're taking scalps.
I mean, look, every time I see the DNC and what they do, okay, let's go down the line, Nick. 4 years of Orange Man bad, right?
Yep.
So an outright smear campaign against an active president. The
5 years.
The fake virus. Yeah,
5 years of that. Because
right.
The second they saw that, they're like, wait, he's going to be the nominee? Crank it into overdrive.
Overdrive, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Even in the caucuses, Nick. Even in the caucuses, they went after him. So, okay, so 5 years of that. He becomes president. And the economy does well. They had to try to spin the fact that it was a historically great economy and it was the lowest unemployment, especially for blacks, right?
Yeah.
So they had to spin it to he's racist somehow, right?
Well, that's just because he killed all the black people who weren't working.
Yeah, somehow.
That's how that worked.
Somehow
he also
did that.
let them out of prison.
Yep, he let him out of prison. Yep. Then the coup, right? The coup comes, which Obama, his administration.
Oh, did you see Michigan and New York are opening up now?
I was gonna bring that up. Don't worry. I was gonna bring that up. Remember his? Then it became the coup. Then it became his reaction to the coup, right?
Yep.
He's not taking this seriously. He's risking American lives. Okay. What's our survival rate, Nick? Is it 99.9? Is that what it is?
Pretty high.
So 99.9% survival rate. Okay. Then let's go forward from there. So he was saying to do X, Y, Z, right? Then you remember during that debate when they asked Biden what he would do, and it was the exact same thing Trump said he would do.
Yeah,
he was doing. It was the exact same. And I went, like I said, Nick, I didn't have a horse in the fight.
We're going to support the states, and then ask people to wear masks, and come on, we're get a vaccine out when we can. That's not a plan. That's the same plan.
It's the exact same thing. And so what ends up happening is after all the dust settles, right?
Mm-hmm.
Suddenly, I was just in that part, like we're in that part of the United States, Nick, where all of a sudden, we're opening bars up. Clubs are open again. Schools are. My daughter's due to go back to school February 8th. Huh?
Yep.
Wait a minute. I thought it was.
Had to keep them out. Had to take a year away from these kids.
Had to do it.
Yeah.
Until when?
Now, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I think anyone in public school is being subjected to some level of torture that should be illegal. However,
Absolutely.
like the state doesn't think that way. So when I say, we've got to have these kids in school or out of school, the state was taking great pains and taking a year of that away. A year of socialization, a year of learning for a lot of kids. They didn't learn well, failed a lot of classes. I think they just passed them through anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Like, did they hold kids back? Does anybody know? Did they hold kids back who didn't pass? Because I know that the fail rate went off the charts.
Yeah, it was like 80% or something. What else, Nick? We got quite a bit of things that have happened. So the schools, the this, the that.
Gyms are opening up.
Yeah. Okay, forget about the gyms. Let's see. The minimum wage. Shout out to Ty Beer for posting that picture, and he said, "This is what your $15 an hour minimum wage looks like." It was all automated shit at McDonald's. Like, people are done.
Yeah.
Oh, mass immigration, right?
Well, and the minimum wage isn't going to take effect until 2025, and it's only for federal employees.
That's right.
Because they can't actually pass a federal minimum wage without passing a law. But I mean, okay.
Useful idiots. Oh, and it was beautiful to see. Nick, something that we got to talk about. They are changing the definition of a positive test. Did you hear about that?
Yeah.
So what's going to happen is Biden gets elected. COVID numbers plummeted because if I say
they stopped accepting the PCR, right? The one you had to get.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
I can't make this. I said it was a scam for how long, Nick? It's a sham.
Yeah.
Can't tell my parents that. Oh, Nick.
Well, and the thing is,
Older people are something else, man.
Some people do get sick, and a lot of people did die. Like, that happened. But at the same time,
I hate 7.6 billion people.
But I hate to be the guy to say it, but yeah. So
people die every day.
Yeah. It's never good. It's never good when it happens to you. It's never good when it happens to someone you know.
Yep.
But it does happen all the time at high rates. And it doesn't merit shutting down the entire earth for it.
Yeah. They collapsed the economy for their own benefit. China recovered nicely.
Well, I mean, maybe. China's like numbers are all just pretend anyway. So it doesn't matter. Like their fall and recovery are all just manufactured by whatever is necessary for the state.
Yeah. I just think it's hilarious that people actually bought into this. Like, Nick, and that's why they needed so many Karens and beta males, because who's gonna really go after you for the mask? The Karens, right? You go on a plane.
People on the right doing this. I mean,
right? I'm looking.
I debated this guy who's pretty I mean, I think he's farther to the right than me. Early on on the kill stream, he's fine, right? Like I don't know this guy very well, and our conversation was okay. I'm not trying to like badmouth him or anything, but he was full on in support of like the masks and the lockdowns and everything. And I'm like, but freedom though, like I get that people will get sick and die, but you know when you go outside, you might get sick and die.
They're all useless.
Yeah.
Left wing, right wing, libertarian. Nick, they're useless. Here's the thing. A lack of masculinity is the overarching problem, right? So you have a bunch of dudes who, Nick, think about this for a second. Do you remember when you and I were in school? And they would try to propose certain things, right? You remember we got a new principal, guys. People just walked out. They're like, yeah, fuck this lady, right?
Yeah.
They told us we weren't allowed to wear wife beaters. You know what we did? We showed up in wife beaters.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
They did the hat one too.
The hat one? Fuck you.
I think back to that and I'm like, we left school over hats. I didn't wear hats. I didn't give a shit about hats.
It was an excuse to get out of school.
Yep.
I bounced. Oh, you know what I didn't like about that? They were always trying to keep the black man down.
Yeah.
Do you know his picture was front and center when they had the walkouts?
Yours?
My black ass. our teacher, you know which one, our wrestling loving teacher, right?
Yeah.
He goes, hey, look, who's that guy? There it is in the paper. Of all the kids who walked out, there's one black dude in the class.
Yeah.
Me.
Let me guess. You got home. Your dad looked at
No, they never saw the paper. Luckily.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, otherwise I would have just listened to this for a week.
I can just hear your mom.
You didn't be able to get your education. It's just like,
I can't believe you just walked on out of there. You can't just walk out when things don't go your way. You gotta stick it.
that boy, Nick, all day, like, because you know
it wouldn't stop.
It wouldn't stop. Yeah, I got it. Yep, I got it.
I'll be there tomorrow.
I'll be there tomorrow. Don't worry, I got it.
I never raised you to think you could just leave and walk on
leave class. Just leave the school because things are over a hat. A hat. Oh my God. Oh, it's so painful, man. But Nick, think about it. That's what the kinds of people we have. A bunch of people who will fall in line. It doesn't matter. Watch this. Prime example, Nick. Have your mask on.
No.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
No.
I'm in your restaurant. It's time to eat. Hold up. Let me take my mask. So the virus mysteriously went away when it's time for us to eat, right?
Yep.
We eat. We're talking. Someone cough. Whatever.
I want to see everybody dive away from coughs like grenades.
Yeah. So Nick, the virus disappears when we all eat food, right?
Yeah.
You just or drink something. Suddenly the virus is gone.
Right.
Doesn't mutate, doesn't do shit. It literally disappears. Kind of like those curfews I was subjected to in Colombia, right?
Yeah.
There was 2 nights there I was subjected to a curfew.
Mm-hmm.
One was 10 o'clock, one was 8 o'clock p.m. I'm like, so let me get this straight. What is that going to solve? Everyone's in it. So we couldn't go out salsa dancing.
That's what I
see.
That's
what's
what
the
I
point?
said early on when they're like,
what's the point?
When they were shutting down Walmart, like, oh, Walmart's shutting down at 10. I'm like, but then you've just condensed all the people who need to shop into less hours.
They used to spread them out because they were 24 hours, right? Hey, Nick, man, I get off work at this time, then I got to get this done, then I'll go to Walmart. Now it's, hey, man, I got to go straight to Walmart before they close it. Back then, it was, what was it, 8:30?
Yeah.
And you remember how busy Walmart was.
8:30 is early.
Earlier than people think. And so, Nick, the virus disappeared, right?
Yeah.
And you listen to people try to justify this shit. You just go, what kind of mental gymnastics does it take? Because you're fucking stupid. You are devoid of masculinity. You are devoid of logic and reason. You are devoid of having something that makes your spine hard, right?
Yeah.
These fuckers need Cialis for their spine. They need it. For the spinal cord. These fuckers got jelly in their fucking backs, man.
The FDA has not approved Cialis for spinal cord injuries.
Soft-ass people, man.
Socialism is for Fig says, my dad made me watch Oz at the age of 12, so I wouldn't ever commit a crime and go to prison. So I was traumatized, but I'm okay with it, I guess.
Oh, my God.
Nova Zero says, Nick, let me rephrase the details that Drex just glossed. If you were abused in all the unkind ways imaginable, would you be willing to do it all again to get revenge? I remind you, sanity is optional. Embrace the madness, yes or no? I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I know enough about the world that Healer is in. Like, could he have gotten the stuff elsewhere? Could he have gotten skills?
It doesn't seem like he could have.
Doesn't seem like
Because he needs each one of those powers. So
Yeah.
like, that's the only way he has access to those powers.
Yeah. So I guess do it. But I would have that rectum on chain heel, man.
I mean,
Bad Vibes has a couple here in a row. He says Drexel, Umatilla, Oregon, Riverside. As for GameStop, so that's the strip club, Umatilla, Oregon, or Umatilla.
I'm just gonna go ahead and look that up for a friend.
As for GameStop, the best outcome is GameStop to adjust the stock percentage, then do their jobs and get their shit together. They can't. That's why their company was in the gutter. They can't get their stuff together. They're a bad company. They're a bad company. They have been forever. And the only sad thing about this is that GameStop gets to grasp on a little longer. He also says, oh yeah, Nick, Oregon inmates suing Oregon state for the vaccination for COVID. Very interesting, of course. Bad Vibe says, just a reminder, folks, 113,000 more people died from just pneumonia this year than last. And that is without COVID, he says. So there you go.
Out of 7.6 billion. That's what I say every time someone says.
Well, out of 350 million, because we're talking U.S. numbers.
Yeah, but Nick, on a global scale, and well, here's the thing. Here's the problem I have. Hey Nick, can you tell me how many people died of heart disease last year?
No.
How many people?
I don't know.
0.
Oh.
How many people died of the flu last year, Nick?
Oh yeah. I get what you're saying. Yeah, way less. Way less than normal.
So no one died of anything other than COVID.
Well, yeah.
You haven't figured, Nick, no one's figured out the scam yet? Oh, come on. You got hit by a car, right, Nick? How'd you die? Oh, I have COVID. Fuck out of here, dude. Nick.
So I was thinking about something else. My brain is on like slow mode today.
It must be.
I was thinking about something else that we got to talk about. What the hell was it? I have it over here.
Yeah, look. Someone put like no heart attacks, no cancer. Just go. I shit you not, Nick. No one died of anything last year other than COVID.
Yeah.
Nothing. I mean, did you hear about cancer deaths?
Family friend died of kidney failure last year, and his death certificate says COVID-19.
There it is. Every death is COVID. Yeah, someone but lightning struck. Nick, no one figured out the scam. Come on.
Look. After the lightning struck, they're all crispy, laying there. The last breath is this. COVID.
That was it.
What about, did you see this Twitter? You saw the subject at least, the Twitter and the distribution of cheese pizza, we'll call it.
Uh-oh. Wait, that was, you did a show on that, right?
Yeah.
That was
Yeah, yesterday.
2 days ago, right?
2 days ago. 2 days ago.
2 days ago. Yeah.
So, what do you think about that? Is anything going to happen to him?
No.
Of course not.
No. But say something about, I don't know. Say something that Mike Lindell, the My Pillow CEO dude, said. Gone.
Well, and Pornhub got hit with the exact same thing, basically, that Twitter is getting hit with, except that it was just a journalist who was doing his own research
Of course.
into it. And that shut down, like, Pornhub, all their banking, everything's gone. Twitter, it has a lawsuit with documentation and proof, and they're like, no bank's shutting down Twitter. No web services are unhosting or delisting Twitter. No one's removing Twitter.
Wait, speaking of unhosting, did you hear about fucking Google in Australia?
No, what happened?
They're talking about getting rid of the search engine, bro.
Oh yeah, they have to. That's actually hilarious. That's a funny
Now,
story.
here's the CCP. Nick, I'm not going to say nothing, but censorship, deplatform.
But did you hear why? Why they're doing it?
What was the reason? I'm stupid.
Well, Australia basically passed a law that says if you link to an article and make money from it or whatever, you have to pay a royalty to the article, like to the news agency or to the whoever you're linking to. So Google makes all their money from ads based on what other people make. So any Australian websites that are like popping up in the Google search, they would have to pay them based on that, which would end up being an astronomical amount of money.
Nick, do you remember there was a line from the movie Casino at the very end, right before Joe Pesci's character, Nicky Santoro, gets killed, based on the real life character, Tony Spilastro? He says something before he gets killed. And he says, always the dollars. Always the fucking dollars. And when he winds up in that, getting thrown in that hole with his brother, Nick, it's about the dollars.
Yeah.
He hurt the mob's bottom line.
They got done fucking
They got
dirty.
dirty with those bats. Do you remember that sound they made? Bloom, ding.
These guys got two
He's
bats.
got two going. You and tough guy. You and your fucking brother. And you hear that tink sound. You're like, bruh.
He's not dead yet.
Nick.
Just kill him.
Nick.
Don't bury him alive.
I would have told somebody straight up, man, look, Nick, I know I done fucked up. I know I've done a lot of wrong for the look, just give me this one time. Just kill me like a man. Like don't do me. Hey, Nick, switch. Not like this. Not like this.
You need that Russell Crowe from Gladiator.
Yeah.
Give me a clean
Give me
death.
a clean death. Like, look, Nick. Don't do me dirty with baseball bats, man. Don't do me dirty.
Yeah, that's actually one of the more uncomfortable scenes in movies. Like when they're just sitting there hitting them.
Hey, well, you
the
still hear
bat.
the sound. Remember, and they make him watch.
Yeah.
So they're holding Joe Pesci down while his brother's getting beaten to death with a bat. And then once he's done, right, and they throw him in the pit, and he looks up, Nick, and he knows, like.
And that first shovel of dirt that hits his mouth, you're like, oh,
yeah. So for those of you guys who didn't see Casino, the way they shovel, it just, Nick, with no regard, just and buried him alive. It's like, ooh.
Yeah, that one.
Oh, that scene is, I love it. It's beautiful.
American History X, the curb stomp.
Yeah, that was.
It's pretty bad. No, some guy. Okay, so this channel I watch, Strat Edgy Gaming.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching something the other day, and it. Do you remember Edward Norton's character name in American History X?
Mm-mm.
It's like Derek something. Hold on, I'm gonna look it up.
So Fat Andy put what
Derek.
happened to
Derek Vineyard.
What happened to Glenn?
And in the video, he's talking about something that happened in the video game. He's like, they tore my ass up harder than Derek Vineyard in American History X. And it just cut to him just crying on.
He was
like, no.
Do you know what that scene? Oh, guess what I was supposed to do? I completely forgot. I think, if I recall, the Wolf of Wall Street Blu-ray came with a Wolf of Wall Street DVD. I forgot to bring it because every time I get sick of you going, I've never seen the movie. I'm like, oh my God.
I'm not going to watch a DVD ever again in my life.
I know, but I don't have the Blu-ray.
I'll just get it on digital.
Well, you know what happened to my movies, right?
No. Your brother? I know he's at the bottom of this hijinks.
This is the rare time my douchebag brother is not at the bottom.
Okay.
Nick, this bullshit that happened. I was visiting this chick out in Montana, and as per the usual, right, Nick? Because I started my new series, don't stick your dick in crazy, and then for the ladies, don't spread your peach for crazy.
Yeah.
And at some point, as you know, Nick, with all women, it'll just go left for no reason. Like, it's going good, and for no reason at all, out of nowhere, just left.
Yeah.
So she gets explosive, and I'm like, are you fucking serious? So I'm like, look, you're tripping. It's time for me to go. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking at an early plane ride back home to Minnesota, right?
Yeah.
And in the
Wait, when was this?
This would have been like what was it, 2021? So this would have been like 2015 maybe, something like that. Nick, I'm like this. We're done. It's time for me to get on this plane, right? Nick, would you believe what happened when I arrived and I realized, shit, where do you think I left? Because I was, this is back before we had all the tablet, you know what I'm saying? Like, I forgot my fucking, my case. I had
portfolio of DVDs.
The portfolio of Blu-rays, right? And Nick, it was only Blu-rays in that case. So any movie that came with a Blu-ray, the Blu-ray was put in the case, the DVD stayed in the box, right? So now you already know what happens. Yes, I'm gonna need that case back.
You ain't getting it back,
Nick. What year did I say that was? 2015. You think I got my shit back?
Yeah. Yeah, it's in the mail.
Nick, do you know how many Blu-rays were in that case? There was at least 50 Blu-rays.
Yeah.
Some of my favorites: No Country for Old Men, Collateral. You know, great shit in there, right?
Yeah.
Nick, I'm like, I just want my movies back.
You're not getting them.
Oh, it's in storage. Last I heard, it was in storage. Where are they at?
It's the storage in the garbage can.
Fuck. I knew I should have been fucking, man. I should have been sticking my dick in Montana.
Yeah? That's
I
what you get.
Up. I took an L.
That's what you get. Penzaroso says, I refuse to go back into the office. They wanted to play this nonsense up for a whole year, then I'm going to play up being the paranoid citizen and work from home forever. Any company that's still paying for an office is crazy.
It's crazy.
Like, you've set up now an infrastructure because you've had to that all of your employees can work from home. Why would you rent a building ever again?
How do you think that's going to go in the future? Let's say 5 years from now.
I mean, it's
so
something
COVID is a thing in the past, blah, blah, blah.
It should have been happening for the past 5 years, frankly. Yeah. Like, I mean, internet has been plenty fast for long enough to not have people in offices at the rate that we do. Why do you wake up, drive your ass to a bus stop, sit on a bus with a bunch of smelly people, ride in depressed to a downtown area 20 miles away, and then sit there in a cube all day looking like Edward Norton, and then you do the same thing and get home. You've wasted your work day of productive work was like 3-4 hours tops, and you've wasted 10, 11 hours?
Depending on where you live, man, maybe 14. Because think about it, Nick. If you're at the office for, let's say, 9, right? 8 plus an hour lunch, you were physically away from your home for 9 hours.
Yeah.
Just at your place of employment.
Right.
But the to and from distance to get there. Nick,
yeah.
I told you when I was in San Francisco dealing with old girl in Lafayette, dude, I'm on the BART. I'll never forget this. I'm on the BART, like riding in. As you get you approach, you're like, okay, you have Lafayette, Orinda, all these little outlying suburbs, right? As you get closer and closer, I shit you not, Nick. As the BART stops, I'm looking at the traffic like this. Holy shit! You find SFO and you see the amount of traffic, you're like, bruh, Nick, I shit you not, 3 hours.
Oh yeah,
minimum 3 hours to get home.
Every time I go to San Francisco, which is not often, I hate it. Like, I hate the driving. It's terrible.
You know what it is though?
I come from Houston and here.
San Francisco's no joke. Well,
yeah.
Do you know what the one thing is that I learned about San Francisco, Nick? It's that rare place where you need to know exactly. You need to have an outline of what you're gonna do before you get there, right? Like, so hey Nick, what time are you arriving in San Francisco? You took the first flight out so that you could arrive. So that if you needed a rental car, you're like this. I'm gonna have my car by 10 a.m.
Yeah.
So anywhere I need to go, I'm not gonna be hitting into traffic, right? And then someone goes, well, Nick, when are you gonna come back to be wherever? You and Lady Record's gonna go to the hotel or whatever. You're like this. We're gonna be done with wherever we're driving out to. We're gonna be done at like 9-10 p.m. because you
gotta miss the traffic.
You have to miss that. If you don't miss that, Nick, you're gonna be stuck in traffic forever. Oh, fuck. It's a shit show, man.
Yeah, it's.
Unless they come to Jersey. Oh yeah. Part way. Who's that? Neil. Talk about when I was in Lafayette. Yeah, man. I broke my own rule. I have the Drex rules, right?
Uh-huh.
And this was back in 2017. and I broke my rule of there's two people you can't touch. Don't touch this is the cardinal rule.
Yep.
Don't touch the friends of family.
Mm-hmm.
Don't touch the family of friends. Right?
Yeah.
So I broke my rule. Disaster befell. Right? Here's my friend. Here's her younger sister. Don't do
Not
it.
good. Not
Wasn't
good.
Wasn't good.
I
I mean, it was great until it wasn't, right? Like, you know how that works. Yeah. It's always good until it isn't. So
I used to carpool when I worked in downtown Minneapolis and lived in Lakeville. I used to carpool. My carpool partner lived in Faribault.
Ooh.
And worked north of downtown.
Ooh.
It was like, and they enjoyed picking me up because then HOV, right?
Oh, yeah. True.
So, I mean, that ride without me in the car is 2 hours each way.
Each way.
Just from traffic.
Fuck, bro.
It's terrible.
I'm Faribault, though.
But yeah, that's the thing, man. These companies, like, I would take a pay cut to work from home.
Yeah.
And a significant one. If I were still in corporate America. But all right. Bad Vibe says Susan Rice, UN ambassador, was on the Netflix board of directors since 2017 till Biden put her in his cabinet. Wonder why Netflix didn't get wrecked by the DOJ? Wonder if certain audition tapes is in someone's private collection. Oh. Millicent Blalak says, where is Doug TenNapel? Starting to worry. No way he gets banned and you didn't after scorching the earth at Amazon and Twitter. Doug got a channel strike. He should be back very soon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he got a channel strike over a video where YouTube was not a fan of something he said about voting irregularities or something. So that's because on YouTube you can't talk about that. You can't have an opinion on that. Just so you know. And they enforce it heavily. Stop looking at me like that.
Wait a minute. Let me get this straight. So it doesn't matter if you are saying I'm suspicious or I'm not suspicious. You just
can't be suspicious. You can't be suspicious.
But if you say it was right,
you're fine.
No one sees what's going on.
I mean, people know because they ban it when people say it and then they don't see what's going on. So, yeah.
You know what, Nick?
So, like,
I'm glad it's happening.
If you guys are ever watching a video and someone really dances around that subject, like, just know they are legit community guideline striking people, which means no uploads for like 7 days or something like that. They are out for blood on that stuff. It's not that the people you're watching don't want to express an opinion on it. It's that if they do, they'll be gone.
Wow, bro. You know what? But you know what? At the end of the day, Nick, if this is what people voted for, this is what people wanted. You know, they want their wokeness, right? Because Nick, mainstream media should have been done 5 years ago at least, right? Done, like wiped off the earth, right?
Yeah.
The fact that people are still listening to Rachel Maddow with a straight face, like, oh, this is news, this is the truth.
These people don't even write the things they say. They don't have any. They're just mouthpieces. That's what gets me. Like that is the thing that if I could express to people about mainstream anything, like the illusion of celebrity.
Yeah.
Like Brie Larson's YouTube channel. I routinely outperform her YouTube channel on views.
And she's a plant. She's literally put there, Nick, with all the backing, the lighting. It's so hard on my YouTube channel. Like,
yeah,
you have professionals propping you up.
Not only that, but
she hit the wall hard, bro.
Yeah. She looks terrible. Yeah.
I saw her recently. I was like, oh.
It's not only that, but 50 to 100 million people just saw you in a feature-length film that was hyped by everybody. And you still are terrible at YouTube, you know, because she's not an entertainer.
Correct. Without someone literally, because watch this, Nick. Let's say you are just person X. You could be Brie Larson, any of these Hollywood libtards, right? Hey, Nick, it's not that you're talented. Your talent is that you can be convincing at doing exactly what someone tells you to do, right?
Right.
Hey, Nick, I'm the director. Hey, say that line. Didn't like it that way. Say it like this. Say it like this. Nick, that doesn't make you special.
Yeah, you've done 9 takes, and they got now. I think they figured this out too. What they I don't think they're even looking for acting chops really anymore, because if you have competent direction, so we're talking high level filmmaking here, right?
Yep.
Like we're talking a Marvel movie. The actor doesn't matter that much.
Doesn't matter.
I want him to look like this.
Yep.
If you got the look down, like Chris,
I think
Chris
that's
Hemsworth sells Thor.
I think that's Chris Evans in a nutshell, right?
Yeah.
Now, like I said, I think that his quirky character, his jock character in Not Another Teen Movie was cool for its time, right?
Yeah.
But if someone asks you, is Chris Evans a good actor, Nick? If you check him out of Captain America, can he carry a movie? Yes or no?
It's gonna be tough.
I don't. Okay,
he seems like he's an average actor. That's what he seems like.
On his best day, he's average.
Yeah.
So look, go down the line. Look, have you ever seen Chris Hemsworth in movies that aren't Marvel related? They don't do well. Yeah. I love Michael Mann. I saw him in the movie Black Hat.
All I heard was I love man.
You're horrible.
But yeah,
someone put Snowpiercer. Yeah, Chris Evans was in Snowpiercer. That's right.
This is the thing. It's when you start getting into, and it's coming. Independent entertainment is going to be taking off, like it already is taking off on places like YouTube and stuff. But independent entertainment is going to be how we start doing this. Is everybody has access to the same tools Hollywood does now, right?
Yep.
We can all make 4K movies.
Yep.
You can make them on your phone if you really wanted to. And it's not that bad to get a 4K DSLR camera and shoot an entire movie. You could do it with good mics and everything. So that's coming. And what you're going to see is that the Hollywood stuff, like, they rely on so many people to make what they make, and it costs too much because the amount of gain that you get isn't worth the overhead that's charged. It was it reminded me of an analogy or not an analogy, but basically an analysis of soccer versus basketball. All right? So in basketball you have 5 guys on the court at any given time. How deep's a basketball bench? You got 15 guys, something like that in the NBA?
15 players a team.
Okay. So you got 15 guys and 5 guys on the court. Having LeBron James on the court makes a huge difference.
Huge difference.
In soccer, you have a roster that's probably 40 deep. You've got 11 players on a field, and the play is slowed down dramatically. Having Lionel Messi on your team sometimes helps. But not having Lionel Messi on your team and instead having everybody be just above average and no superstars, you'd probably outperform just about everybody.
Yep.
Because the cost to get to the next level, to get that next level of player like Messi, is too high for the impact that he has on the field.
Yep.
Whereas in basketball, the cost to get to LeBron is almost any price is worth it.
Yep. Hollywood
is like this. It's like soccer. There's so many people in a credit scene.
There is. Well, we've remarked on that, right? Like, you and I will be upstairs with Lady Rackets. We'll watch a movie, Nick. Or, when Lady Rackets is not there, how many times have we watched a movie, Nick, and we look at these credits, we're like
8 minutes of credits.
The fuck?
Like 4 and 5 paragraph
columns
of names.
Scrolling down, we're like, bruh.
Yeah.
Well, and I will say this, though, Nick. I'll say this. One of the worst things I can imagine, though, is when you see a movie and it has all these 8 minutes of credits, right? And you go, where did the money go? Like, I heard the new Wonder Woman sucked ass, right? Nick, where did the money go? Like how many times have you and I watched a movie? We're like, where did the money go? Like, how did you have all this? You had all these resources, right?
Mm-hmm.
All these people from all these expertise. You had this big budget, and yet when I look at the final product, I'm like, this is terrible. How did you have all these resources? And yet Nick, think about some of the best movies you've seen. They had like small.
Well, that's
budgets.
where the money went. I mean, they got a roster of 600 people.
Yeah.
Imagine each of them. They're all getting paid. They're all getting paid quite a bit.
Yeah.
But
It's someone put about the marketing. Yeah, dude, I've seen. But Nick, think about it. You and I both praised Blair Witch Project for the most obvious reason. You maximize what you could do with what you had.
yeah,
You had this much, but you were able to do this much. And the people who still bash that movie, Nick, it's like, all right, I'll give you a $35,000 budget. Do something. And they'll be like, what do you want me to do? Something.
figure it out.
Make $280 million, right? That's what I want you to do. They're gonna say, Nick, look, how? Because you can't do special effects. You can't. So Nick, you can't hire professional actors. So you're like, well, shit. Well, what am I supposed to do? It's like, exactly. That's why I give Blair Witch such credit. That is harder to do than people think.
Yeah.
How many times have you and I watch movies, Nick? We're like, I mean, prime example. What was the movie that we saw last time?
Headhunter.
Headhunter.
Yeah. Very good.
Because you had
400 grand.
400 grand, Nick. And remember the crane shots, which I'm convinced were drone shots, because you don't have the director did not have money to do crane shots, right?
Cranes cost a fortune.
A fortune, so he had to be doing drones.
You gotta rent that.
He was doing drone shots.
Yeah.
Remote control drones, slow it down, boom, there it is. So the writer director of the Headhunter, I give mad props to. One actor, well, two actors, right, Nick? The girl, the man. That's it. Two actors in a movie. I mean, kudos, man. Kudos.
I'm going to tell you what movie shouldn't exist right now while we're on the subject. It's called Nana. This movie is available on Amazon Prime right now. You can go watch it.
Robert Rodriguez, shout out to him.
Do not ever watch Nana.
What is it?
It's about a French prostitute. And
Go
then
on.
it turns out that the main actress was 17 years old when the movie was released.
So she's probably 16 when filming.
15 or 16 because it's 1983.
Ooh.
It's on Amazon right now.
Ooh.
It's don't do it. Don't do it because
How did this get? What?
I don't know. Like I honestly don't know. I mean, we're talking
Was that when she was 14?
severe nudity.
French prostitutes charge too much.
Like people are freaking out over cuties. I mean, Amazon has this on here, but it is. Oh yeah, she also has a lesbian scene with the actress's half sister.
So someone mentioned Taxi Driver, but Jodie Foster doesn't do anything. And the scenes where there was something that was suspect, that was her older sister.
Yeah, this wasn't.
Yeah, it is.
But no, it's actually interesting because I think it paints a weird picture on where obscenity actually lies in the courts.
Mm-hmm.
Should probably do a show about obscenity at some point because we automatically say nowadays that there's a presumption that anyone under 18 being naked is like probably shouldn't be on camera, right? Like that's the presumption. But if they were to challenge this thing, they would make an argument that this is a movie based on a very famous old book, and that the artistic value outweighs the pecuniary interest, or not pecuniary, the prurient interest in the book or in the movie, and so that's how they would actually argue it's protected, which is the same argument cuties would make.
What was the name of this movie?
Nana. Don't watch it.
No, I know someone who's French who just texted me.
Oh, okay.
And I'll say, ever heard of Nana? Mana or Nana?
Nana. Nana.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's I mean, the movie isn't a French movie though. It's an American and Italian movie. But it's crazy. Watched it the other day on a watch party and was like, "Oh my god." Found out about halfway through most of this stuff is like, okay. Bad Vibe says, just remember, government officials are running media through family. Andrew and Chris Cuomo, Chuck and Amy Schumer, who are cousins. I thought Amy Schumer was his niece or something. O'Donnell, has a brother in New York State government. There are lots more. Well, Kate Upton too.
Kate Upton?
Yeah, her uncle is. I think it's her uncle is a congressman, or he was.
Oh, okay.
I think he still is. Sweet and Sour Pork says ban the white hat. Yeah, I told you you can't.
Oh, you're killing me.
You're killing the white balance.
The white balance. Look,
Yeah.
dude, this shit's fucking racist.
Look, it's not the camera's fault. That's racist.
Chuck is Amy's uncle.
Yeah, Bad Vibes also says Brooke Shields. Yeah, the original Blue Lagoon. She was like
Yeah.
16 or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a weird thing. But I was just sitting there shocked that movie could exist. But it's also a terrible movie.
Oh, it's just bad, like badly
Like
made.
it's a comedy drama, and it's just not like
not funny or dramatic.
No, and it's also stupid.
Of course.
You would have hated it.
Of course.
You would have hated it with a passion. There's also no consequences for this chick ever. Like
someone says Upton is my congressman. He's a cuck. I don't know anyone who's not. So Nick, something that you and I talked about before we started the show, when we were praising Japan,
yeah,
in these the Redo the Healer people, right? Nick, can you think of any avenue now? We were talking about this where it's not a bunch of fucking beta cuck simp mangina.
No.
Sports, all you see. Even the military, Nick, you can't say they're cucked. Look around you, Nick. There's nowhere you can go like this. Oh, if you go to this place, you're gonna see this.
Yeah.
Right? In politics, cuck manginas. In the news, like Nick, there's nowhere that you can go. I mean, maybe other than like the online space, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much it, right? Like independent online creators. That's it.
Yeah. Well, everything else, and you can only go like. You can only get so big too.
Yep.
Before.
Yeah.
Did you see the drama with Ninja?
The
streamer?
The streamer? He's the video game player, right?
Yeah.
What happened to him?
He got called out for not educating his audience enough about racism.
Stop. You can't be serious.
He's been called out.
What is he supposed to be educating them on?
Supposed to teach them that racism is bad, obviously. I can't believe you're not with this.
Let me get this straight. Who's the person that was calling him out, or persons? Who were they?
I don't know.
Blue check marks, right?
Somebody.
So was it one person or multiple people?
I don't know. I just know that he got called out. It's a news story. I'll just look it up because Ninja racism. All right. Let's see. Game rant. Oh God. Look at this guy. Don't look at him. But look at him. Why would you want him teaching your kids about racism anyway?
Oh God, let me see.
Popular Twitch streamer Tyler Ninja Blevins offered his thoughts regarding the parents of youth who contributed to online toxicity. Listen to and, more importantly, educate their kids. Blah, blah, blah. Let's see. One particular question, however, has caused the internet to stir. Centered around the behavior of kids who frequent live streams, Ninja was asked if anything could be done to mitigate the often combative and toxic behavior in the chat. To which the streamer replied, "It all comes down to parenting." That's his controversial statement right there.
I guess. I just heard something.
Yeah, I'm going to go deal with that.
Oh, Nick's dealing with some Charlie Zelenoff. Yeah, Mr. Threatening Deontay Wilder and stuff. It's kind of really unfortunate that we've gotten to this point now where people on the internet are trying to call out people and say that they should be doing X, they should be doing Y, they should be doing Z. Yet these are the same people who, what are they doing, right? And hopefully you guys have figured this out. Whoever is calling you out, they are the ones who are whatever it is that they are trying to gaslight someone else with, right? So if someone is telling you about, preaching to you about racism, they're the racist. If they preach to you about, they say, you need to tell your audience about sexism, they're the sexist. They're the misogynist. It doesn't matter what it is. It's all projection. It's all bullshit. I've been through it. it's just I don't know. It's really kind of sad. For drinking water. How dare you drink water? Yeah, right. And this is the sad thing about where America's headed. Like I said, I'm leaving. That part is non-negotiable. I'm going to leave the country. So now some people have said like it won't matter too much because of course the powers of China. I get it, but at the end of the day, well, what are you going to be doing in America once mass immigration hits and they open the floodgates? You're just going to be getting taxed literally to death to pay for people who are just going to come in and vote for more communism. So I would rather live somewhere where I can say, you know what, at least I can sit back and enjoy nice weather and there's beautiful women around and I can live out my days. Because listening to these people try to dictate the terms and what you're supposed to be, Nick. The fact that someone entertains that, like, Nick, I can't even imagine sitting here in a super chat comes through that says, Nick, you need to be telling your audience about who the fuck are you? Like,
people do that all the time.
Well, here's the thing. I didn't say talk about like this topic. But
No. There are people who do this all the time.
Example. Probably not here.
Oh, yeah. No, there are people who want me to denounce other people or talk about something they said literally constantly. Not just talk about it, but condemn it.
And what do you do?
I'm not responsible for other people's actions.
Exactly.
Or words.
That's too much toxic masculinity.
Yeah. People want me to somehow account for what other people do or say all the time.
That's sad, man. But here's the thing, Nick. At the end of the day, this is what people wanted, right? So, Nick, do you remember when last time I was here, I talked about just some of the things that happened to us as kids growing up, like the feminization of the schools, of the churches, of all that stuff?
Mm-hmm.
When you stood up, rather than people saying like, yo, these guys are right, what happened, Nick? Who were we condemned by? Think about it. Who condemned you for basically for not being a bitch? Who condemned you back in the day?
I don't know. Who
Women and cucks.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Oh, Nick, you want to do something in school? Think about it. Who was going after you? The Karens were always there, Nick. The simp, beta, cuck manginas who enabled these Karens. That prime example. Hey, Nick, how is it that everyone gets a trophy now? How did that happen?
That was your fault.
Where did the soccer moms come from?
That was your fault, too. Actually, the chat did bring up something.
What's that?
I have to denounce you as a hater of Miss Piggy and of green men. We are bigger, stronger, and faster than you ever could be, and you're a damn shame.
Oh, my goodness.
I denounce you.
Oh, you're something else. Soccer moms are single mom. Yeah, you know what? And that's what's, Nick, everything that's happened in America is deserved. Like, because I talked to Ty Beard about this, and Ty is going to go down with the ship, right?
Yeah.
And I told Ty, I was like, Ty, it's fucking over, bro.
1 second. Russell Warren, I see you keep making donations, and while I love them, they're increasing in size. Just tag me, because I think YouTube is censoring your super chat.
Oh. Well, they can do that?
Yeah. I mean,
after all the things that fucking Mr. Y and Kermit have said, they're censoring him?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if they're actually censoring him. I just see, because to me, it just shows up as blank. And when other people have said that, they've come in and said, oh, it was censoring my chat. So I'm just letting him know, if he just tags me, just tag me and I will tell you. Otherwise, you can use the Justice chat, where you can say basically anything in a Justice chat, because Streamlabs doesn't do anything to it.
Oh, I saw that Demon Slayer said something. So Demon Slayer, I understand where you're coming from, but like, understand this. I want to be the guy, Nick, who goes like this. Oh, I see what's coming. I'm going to bounce before it hits, right? Like, you know what reminds me of, Nick?
Yeah.
The guy who's in the club and goes like this. Uh-oh. This is fucked up. Let's go.
Yep.
I want to be the guy who says, let's go, not the guy who goes like this. Oh, I got paralyzed from a stray shot to the spinal cord. Like, I don't want to be that dude who stayed too long, and when shit hit the fan, I went, yeah, I stayed, though. It's like, yeah, but now you're paralyzed.
Would you have Would you have entered the Capitol building?
No.
You
I'm not gonna be around fuckery. Like, that's just me. Like, cause Nick,
That's what I was saying.
because what are you proving? So
don't know,
now a
man.
lot of those people. Hey, Nick, let me ask you this. Hey, where are those people at right now? A lot of those people who were in there.
Well, they're in jail.
Fucked up.
Or they're on house arrest, or they're
Lost their job. A
probation.
whole lot of shit,
Yeah.
right? But here's the thing, Nick. What happened though? Right? Let me ask you that. What did they accomplish?
Not a lot.
So you accomplished nothing, but you lost a lot. And based on who you are, you could have lost everything. Because if you lose your job and you have kids who depend on you, you kind of lost everything. And usually if you lose your job and you lose your ability to provide, your wife is going to divorce you. And then that's that. And then you're going to be further behind the 8 ball. I don't know. I just think that it's a point that you have to go like this. You have to go ahead, Nick. You have to assess the battles that you were willing to fight.
Yeah.
So I can look at something like this, Nick. Will America get the guns taken away? Yes, that will happen. Okay, watch this, Nick. Anything that has ever happened under any communist regime will happen here, right? Once you can accept that, you can go like this. Okay, if I accept that, then game over.
Yeah. And I've seen a couple people suggesting it would have been cool to be in the Capitol building.
What's cool about it?
I don't think any of those people would want to be cool. They'd rather just avoid those Fed charges. But yeah, that's not my thing. Not at all.
No.
And I don't know that we needed them to expose the corruption of the system or anything. And while I certainly get, and you won't find any disagreement from me, that Black Lives Matter and Antifa did far worse, in my opinion, to this country.
All summer.
But the enforcement's going to be lopsided. It's going to happen.
That's my point.
That's why you won't catch me at one of these damn protests, because, like you said, something happens, suddenly you got a knife or a bullet in you. Because why?
Yeah. Nick, think about the people who didn't flee Germany. Think about the people who didn't flee any place that was going down, right? The ship was going down throughout history, right? Other great societies, whatever, right? If you were the person that saw what was coming, Nick, and you went like this, I'm going to go down with the ship. Hey, man, I don't want to be that person who's sitting there like this with a head on a fucking guillotine thinking, damn, I should have left 3 years ago, right?
Yep.
Nick, it's over. Here's what's crazy. So my girl Fee was talking about this, right? She was talking to a Ukrainian person, right? And they were saying they're like, and so imagine people who have actually lived through communist and socialist regimes, right? And they said, we don't know what you stupid Americans are doing. Like, we've seen all this, like literally play by play, right? So they're literally going like this. Everything we're seeing happen to your country, we actually lived through, right? So they're going to tell you, they're going, and then this happened, and then this happened. So they're literally looking at you going step in step, right? And they're like this, you're done. They go, everything that's happening, we already went through. Nick, do you remember when you and I went, you gave me that ticket, and you and I went to go see Apocalypto, right?
Yeah.
This is a little refresher course for some of you people out here. When Nick and I went to go see Apocalypto, movie opens, they're out hunting and stuff. And Nick, do you remember what happens early on in that, real early in that movie, right? The father, the village elder, so that's Jaguar Paw's father, right?
Yep.
Do you remember they see that other tribe pass, and they wanted passage, right? They try to give them the fish to have, like, hey, this is an offering for safe passage through your territory, right?
Yep.
And do you remember what he said? He pulls Jaguar Paw aside and goes like this. What I saw in their eyes was fear. So he knows they're running from something, right?
Yep.
So here's the thing, Nick. Do you notice what Jaguar Paw's father did not do? He did not look at them and go like this. Hold up. Let's get a little more information, Nick. Let's start making some preparations, because they're clearly running from something, right? What did he do? Don't speak about nothing, right? What happened after that next scene? Like 2 scenes later, what happened?
They got wrecked.
They got wrecked, right? Jaguar Paw's father was killed ruthlessly, right? Then Nick, because they didn't want to listen or didn't want to think about preparations. They didn't know nothing about Sun Tzu's Art of War. Do you remember where they were at? In blocks, right? Walking. And where were they headed to, Nick? Remember where they were headed to?
They're the good place.
They were headed to the happy place where they got their bodies marked, and then what happened, Nick?
Got chopped up.
Oh, shit. They cut a man's heart out while he was alive. Cut his head off, let it roll down the steps to thunderous applause, right?
Yeah.
For the entertainment and amusement of the elites. And I'm sitting looking at people going,
Well, to be fair, they were trying to get the sun to come
they were
out.
getting the sun, yeah, of course. The eclipse, right? And I look at people, I'm thinking to myself, Nick, what if Jaguar Paw's father had gone like this? Oh, something's fucked up. Hold up. We're going to give you passage. Remember, now you may have language barriers, Nick. There's all kinds of ways you can communicate what happened, right?
Yep.
And if someone's telling me, and remember, they're coming from this way, which means whatever the threat is coming toward me, right? If the threat is coming toward me and I am the village elder and I need to protect my people, I'm going to get what information I can. I'm going to look. I know that we have set up shop here. We need to get the fuck out, right? Nick, there were Jews who left Germany in 1937, 1936. They were like, I'm seeing enough. I think it's time to bounce. Some of them didn't. Well, consequences. That's what I heard.
keep hearing.
Yeah, weird sounds and shit.
Go to sleep.
These damn kids.
It's like,
So,
you have to be up early. Go to sleep.
your alarm. Oh, speaking of which, I got to set mine. Because, Nick, you know what's going to happen. You think she's
Yeah.
going to wake up?
No.
No. So I
Not
got
a
to set my
chance.
alarm for 7:45. Like, fuck, this is but Nick, at what
I
point?
have to be up by 9. I have to be in town by 9.
Oh,
Yeah.
another appointment?
Allergy shots.
Again?
Every month. Once a month.
Oh, that's. I bet
Get to
you
go
wish they
sit
could do-
there. Half hour, just
So what do they do? How does that work? They just what? Is it just one poke?
2.
Eh.
One in each arm. They're not so bad.
But where they poke you?
Back of the arm.
Okay,
It's not bad. It's weird. The poke isn't bad. Sometimes if the medicine is not warmed up enough, I can tell.
Mm.
Because it has to come up to room temperature. And if it's too cold, it feels like sludge going into your arm. It's like,
ugh.
ah.
Ugh.
But
It's sad, man. Like, well, Nick, and that's the thing. That's why, like, when people do this whole like, I'm gonna stand fight. You have to know when to fight,
yeah.
when and where. Like, because Nick, how many times have you and I seen things, read about things where like, it wasn't advantageous to fight at that time in those conditions, right? And when they did, what happened, Nick? They got slaughtered, right? Like, how many slaughters have been throughout history, right? Where you go like this. So when you read about this, Nick, what do people say? What the hell were they thinking? Didn't they know they were gonna lose? Well, I'm going to stand my ground, right? And they did and got slaughtered, right? Like Mussolini going after the Ethiopians, right? Mussolini tore through northern Africa. Oops. You're not going to win. Come on, man.
Let's see. Bad Vibe says, fair warning, Nick, if you get rhinoplasty, I will denounce you, then demand Drexel to denounce you too. Man, I am not interested in having someone cut my face up. That is not the life for me. I'm not a huge fan. What about you? Would you ever get the facial plastic surgery? Like when you're getting old or whatever?
Nah,
Sitting around down in Bolivia or wherever you end up on some cocoa plantation. You're like, ugh, my cheeks are dragging. I need to get a lift.
Here's the thing. I've seen that become more common, right? And Nick, let's face it, you and I talk about this. Plastic surgery is run rampant in Korea. It's run rampant in Iran, believe it or not, with the men too. And I don't get it. Like, I look at how people look. Have you seen how a lot of these people look when they age? Like, they look bad.
Yeah.
People getting all this shit done to them. It's like,
You got to keep it up. It's like buying something that you have to maintain. You got to go back.
Yeah.
You got to.
I'd rather just age race. Like, here's the thing. I look at it like this, Nick. It's like with your health in general, right? Prevention is the best, right? So it's like, rather than saying, I'm going to wait till I'm all wrinkled out and then try to get rid of wrinkles, dude, just keep yourself out of the sun, moisturize your skin, diet, exercise. do the best you can. And, Nick, we're all gonna get wrinkly someday, right?
I don't see what the big deal is.
It is what it is. What do you want me to say? Well, I don't want one wrinkle to show. And you end up with this face. You know what I'm talking about? You know, the
Yeah.
Joan Rivers face. Like, oh, shit.
The Nancy Pelosi, where when you like smile, your cheek goes back.
Yeah,
to, like,
it's all
here and
Joker looking and shit. Like, that shit looks creepy. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's, you see that, Nick? Got to keep it up. Heal.
Trash Fire Comics. Yeah, not everybody can work from home. I get it. Like, obviously, if you're in any sort of service industry, you know, you got to have people on site and stuff like that. But there's a ton of America who on site is literally just being in a building because. Just because. And that can change.
But, Nick, that's more. Well, here's something that the pandemic did do, right? It proved, Nick, that a lot of companies have a lot of dead weight.
Yep.
And women lost their jobs more in the pandemic than men did, because men actually do things that, you know, are actually worthwhile and useful to society, like, you know, all the trades, right? The blue collar shit.
Mm-hmm.
Nick, imagine being a company and you go like this: how many people am I paying to do what? I'm paying for this office for what?
Yeah.
What am I paying these people for?
Yeah, I can't imagine. Like, that'd be the thing for me. It's like, it's too much overhead. Now it's been exposed. Cut it back. Even if you keep the people, cut the office building.
Yeah.
The utilities, everything you got to pay for. But
yeah, middle management, they're useless.
Yeah. So you're gonna end up looking like Mitch McConnell? Yep, that's me. My chin will disappear. My face will start just drooping, and I'll talk like
Hey, every time I see Mitch McConnell, I think about Master of Disguise with Dana Carvey with the turtle scene. You know about the turtle
You're
scene.
terrible. You're terrible. Oh, God. Plastic surgery is like a Columbia Records subscription.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. So what else have you been doing, though? Like, I know you were in Columbia. What else are you up to? You watch any movies or do anything? Like, what? I haven't seen you in like 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, it's been a lot of stuff for the show. I record quite a bit.
Yeah. How's that going, by the way?
It's really fun. It's been doing Discord chats with the fans. And
oh,
all
I
that.
gotta put your channel in the description. I had to
Yeah.
make it. You were on my computer when I made the link for the show.
Oh,
so I didn't have the.
It's been fun. Like I said, my next big guest will be Dollhouse Phil for Valentine's Day. We're gonna do a Valentine's Day stream. It's been fun. Like I said, it's more work than what I think people are fully aware of what goes down into a show. You know what I'm saying? I think people, they think that you just, you know, hit a button, you're on the stream, and then poof, that's it, right? It's like
that's what Angry Baneling thinks.
There's a lot, man. Yeah, there's a lot of things that go on, and like I said, I love reaching out, interacting with people, and just like I said, recording that stuff. Getting stuff ready. Obviously, my daughter with school. Staying on her because, Nick, not a damn thing got done with that girl today. Not one thing. So how many times did I come out of your school? Stop.
I told my kids to practice music. I don't think they did either.
They did.
They did?
When you said that, I heard the piano go for literally like 9 seconds. I went,
that's not practicing music. That's I think one of them did. I think the other
seconds.
The other 3 who do music did not.
Yeah. And it I don't know. I've I traveled a couple times after Columbia, didn't I? Yes, I went to Detroit. I've been anywhere else? No. That was it. Yeah, but you know, it's been pretty chill. I do wish I had spent more time relaxing watching what was that? Black Mirror, I think is the name of the show.
Black Mirror is a good show.
Great show. Yeah, it was nice to finally have like a little of a break, but you know what's kind of sad? You ever notice, Nick, when you finally have some you time, it seems just gone.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been off work since January like 8th or so. Wait, probably even early that, like 6th or something. It's been a while, right?
Yeah, you've been off for a bit. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, I've been off since shit, was January 4th? Yeah, I think, I shit you not, I think January 4th was the last, 4th or 5th might have been the last day I was actually working. So I've been off for weeks, and it goes quick. Because, I mean, think about it. Columbia was the first week. Then I got back, did some stuff, doing stuff with the show. I did a show with Cress. Did a show with Dollhouse Phil. We did like show, Panther show, Discord chat with the fans. And all of a sudden you're like, damn, that was a week.
Yep. It goes
you
quick.
Know what I'm talking about, right? Like, oh, Nick, I mean, it happens quick and thick, right? Like when someone goes, hey, Nick, who are your guests this week? I'm like, oh, I got this person. And then all of a sudden you're like, damn, that was another week. And before you're like, damn, this is the end of my vacation. I gotta work again. Shit.
Yeah. Speaking of which, guys, speaking of the end and beginnings of things, this is the first episode that will go up on the Rekieta Archive channel. Make sure you're subscribed to the Rekieta Archive channel. I'm not taking it down right away from here, mainly because I want people to be able to see it. I should put that in the description as well. And I'll put it up on the links page on this channel. But the Rekieta Archive channel is where all archives...
Kids.
What are you doing in here?
What? How are they awake?
I'll be right there. Okay, anyway, so the Rekieta Archive channel is where all the playbacks will be. All of the playbacks will be there. And this one will eventually, as well as every other show, will eventually be taken off of this channel after the live stream. So, just so you know, make sure you check it. If you listen to replays of the show, if you're not here for the live one, that's where they'll be. So I'm adding that to the description right now.
Yeah, how many channels do you have now?
3.
Rekieta Media? Yeah, so
3.
Rekieta Law, Rekieta Media, Rekieta Archive, you said.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's nothing on there right now, but it's going to be...
You're just transferring...
all live streams after I'm
streams
done
going.
recording them are... Well, I'll leave them up for a little bit unlisted, and then they'll be transferred over.
Okay.
This one's going to stay up like normal for a bit so that people... Because I'm trying to make this transition smooth as possible.
Yeah.
But
I know you said something about like with the algorithm, you don't want those to mess up the numbers of the other stuff. Yeah.
it's dumb, but that's how they do it. That's how they do it. So, so that's there. Anyway, sounds like I have to go attend to kids for just a second.
Yeah.
So I'm going to leave you with this question, and I'll be right back.
Oh, yeah, what's that?
Synac8 says, Drex, I'm going to press you about those who can't leave. Personally, I'm buying my first house soon, not one big enough for a family, but just one for me. Am I supposed to lay down and let them take my cheeks like the healer?
Here's my personal take on that. I've done a lot of talk with a good friend of mine. She's Dominican, and she is moving to the DR. I think it's all kinds of weird. She's actually moving to the DR. So here's what happened. When I was in Colombia, or right before I went to Colombia, she was just getting back from the DR, and she made the decision in that window of time that she's moving. Because remember, so prime example, you can work from anywhere now, right? So her job is one that she can have a VPN and work from anywhere. So thus, she was like, okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to I'm going to move to the DR and you know, work from there. My kids can do school from there. And also one of the things is one of the things that she talked about that she and I both talked about that's very important. For those of you guys who understand, in America, you never truly own shit, right? You say, hey, I own my home. You're still hitting those property taxes every year. Stuff like you never own anything. Like it's all, the government is always linked to you. In the DR, there's countries out there where, like I said, you know, in some of these countries make it easier for an expat. Panama is one of those countries where it's like, when you live there, if I say, hey, I'm going to buy this land and buy this home, it is now your home. It's not every year they're hitting you with some, oh, hey, you got to pay these property taxes. You got to tax. it gets old. I mean, think about it. She and I had this conversation where I Googled it. 70% of Americans don't have $1,000 in savings right now. Right now in America, as of I believe it was as of like December 2020, something like that. So let that sink in, right? Only stonks. So if you think about that, if the average American doesn't even have $1,000 in liquid cash to have access to, most people are just working, Nick. Like basically to like just keep their nose at the sea level, right? You start living in some of these other places, Nick. You live better. We're talking about the people who can transfer their jobs, right?
Yeah.
If someone says, "Hey, what is your cost of living in America?" We're talking about average person, right? They go like this. Oh, well, when I add my rent or my mortgage and blah blah blah, they're like, man, that's why they're never getting ahead, Nick. The average person never gets ahead because they're like, the overhead is so steep, and their income basically stagnates.
Yep.
They never really get that next step, right? You go live in certain countries, Nick, all of a sudden you stretched more. You're like, damn, my money is stretching. It's working for me. You wind up, you can buy a property, rent the property out. There's things, you have more movement, more options. And that's just the thing I'm thinking about when I hear these people that are saying, what if you can? It's like buying a house here. Nick, you know about Minneapolis. You know that place is a shit show.
Mm-hmm.
You think property values are going up or down in major cities?
Hopefully down. People need to get out of them.
There's exodus. Nick, some of these cities have an exodus. And part of that is what you just talked about, right? It's due to the remote learning and the remote working, right?
Yep.
If Nick, let's say you live in Silicon Valley and you said, hey, Nick, you got your 5 kids and you live in Silicon Valley. You're paying an arm, a fucking leg, and a spleen, right?
Oh, yeah.
All of a sudden.
No way I could afford it.
There's no way. And then all of a sudden Facebook goes, hey, Nick, you're going to make your same money, but you can work in outside of Oklahoma City. Well, shit. Take the kids, sell the house, and now, Nick, you have that much more money. It doesn't, whether you're in the United States or not, man, it's like, it's a bad deal. Someone said, save 70,000 washing dishes in NZ, must be New Zealand.
Yep. But that's New Zealand money. That's like $85.
I don't know, man. I just think that I see what's coming, and Nick, this housing market is about to completely crash. It's about to be a shit show.
We'll see.
All these people deferred payments. How do you think that's going to turn out?
Yeah, I'm kind of curious.
I bet you are.
Bad Vibe says, Drexel, I respect those who chose to move. It might help other developing continents. However, there are people like me who will stand and fight when the shit hits the fan. People like you have to win and write history. Slub45 says, have you heard about the arrest of Douglas Mackey? Yes, and this is one I was going to talk to you about.
Who's that?
He was a guy who shitposted on Twitter during the 2016 election, and they recently just arrested him, claiming his Twitter posts interfered with the election. He made a Twitter post in 2016 telling people that they should vote by text message, right? And he set a thing like, just text your vote to this number and vote by text message. And 4,900 people allegedly texted the number. Now, however many of them thought they were actually voting, who knows?
Mm-hmm.
But they've arrested him and charged him crime punishable up to 10 years for election interference.
How's that election interference? How do you interfere? If you say vote, is that any different than commercials and ads that say vote?
Well, except that you can't vote by text.
Well, I know that.
And that's what he said. He said vote by text. He also, he said
he's trolling.
I know he was trolling. I know that, but that's
you can't get arrested for. Well, you can now.
Who do you think he supported in the election?
Of course, yeah, I know.
Hillary, probably, right?
Oh, of course,
yeah,
it's Hillary, yeah.
Yeah, he definitely wasn't a Trump supporter. Joe Biden's Department of Justice wouldn't automatically and immediately be going after people who tried to get people to vote for Trump and not vote for Hillary.
How can people not see this though? Like, Nick, at what point do you guys go like this? Like, I don't know.
He did us a favor.
Who?
If this man convinced 5,000 people
mm-hmm.
that they could vote by text message, they didn't deserve to vote.
I guess.
Drex, presidential elections coming up. Text Trump to 44936 for your vote. Like you. Oh yeah. I voted. Get out. Not only do you not get to vote anymore, you're no longer a citizen.
Yeah.
Get in the ocean.
Dude, we need some Starship Troopers shit. Like, you gotta serve to get citizenship.
Service guaranteed.
Guaranteed citizenship.
Ted Cruz is presented a bill for term limits, so that's never going to happen.
Never.
It's more strict than I thought they would go. He said 1 term as senator, 3 terms in the House, so 6 years max either way.
It'll never happen.
No.
So what's the point of him? Okay, so here's my question. What is his point of bringing that up?
No, I think this is important for Republicans to do. In all honesty, they have no power, so they need to just
done anyway.
They need to just keep bringing bills to make like people aware of what's going on as much as they can.
They're done.
They're done, but they still need to do something. They're still in office. Are they supposed to just sit there and do nothing?
That's really basically what they've been doing. Other than Trump, let me put it like this, Nick. Do you know that Trump was I think that's why establishment Republicans didn't like Trump. He was the only one who had a fucking backbone.
Yeah.
At all.
Well, obviously.
I mean,
I don't know. Like there are some Republican senators who have stood up here and there and done some stuff. Rand Paul. Hell, Mitch McConnell did some stuff that was really, really unpopular involving Supreme Court justices on both sides, right? Like he stopped Obama's Supreme Court justice appointment from even getting to the floor for 8 months. That's a long fucking time.
It is.
And then he got through Trump's last one.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, they've had their moments.
Here's my issue.
Yeah.
If someone were to ask you, what party has been winning for the last, 50 years?
Yes.
At what point do you go like this? Can you just do something? Like.
But now that they're doing something they shouldn't?
Well.
Like they got to do, I know they've got to do something, but the other problem though is the Republican Party right now is premised on this idea of conservatism, which is do less, like just as a principle. That's why they are having such trouble, because the other party is do something.
Correct.
But what do you want the Republicans to do?
Well, it's too late now.
Yeah, but that's not a plan. So what, assuming it wasn't too late,
okay,
what should they do? Because like you said, do something. So what is it?
They could start with the family, right?
What would they do?
Make more stringent laws to keep families together. And if families aren't going to be together,
so there's
going to be less penalties, and less anti-male laws, misandric laws, right? That's not going to happen because they're cucked. They're compromised. That's my
But
point.
how would they, like, what kind of laws are you talking about?
So let me give you an example.
Because, like, they did this through the tax code.
So here's what I talked about with Ty Beard, right? I was like, okay, if all people can acknowledge everything starts in the family, right?
Yeah.
Everyone acknowledges that.
Sure.
Doesn't matter if you're left, right, whatever. Okay, so let's start there. If someone were to say, hey, Nick.
Yeah.
If I wind up in a family court in a red state, is it going to be better or worse for me than in a blue state? It's going to be basically the same, right? Like, I mean, if you're a man, you get fucked regardless.
Largely, although they say places like California are worse, but
yeah, certain places
Minnesota's
are worse.
a pretty bad state.
Minnesota's horrible.
Yeah.
But so Nick, here's what happens.
Okay.
Due to that, you already like so everything that's broken down in society,
right,
is a direct result of the breakdown of the nuclear family, right?
I get it.
That means who was breaking down the nuclear family, left or right? The left.
Yeah.
So the whole rainbow agenda, the whole breakdown.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
They've done nothing but win. I go like this. So what? So when they were weaker, we're talking about the left now, right? When the left did not have as much influence, my question is, what were you doing to stop them from doing what they were doing? Nothing. They just kept winning and breaking down the family.
Yeah, but that's not true that they were doing nothing. Because, I mean, they were doing things. They just were getting beaten.
Let me ask you something.
So, but my question, though, is
losing.
Because
anything.
You know, there was a time when Democrats controlled the House and the Senate.
Yeah.
And then there was another time where they controlled almost the Senate and the House. And then the Republicans took over. But during those times, and we're entering one now, the Democrats have unfettered access to writing law.
Yeah.
But the question is,
like Trump went after tech companies
like what
as best as he could.
Right. And while Trump was in power the entire time, though, the Republicans didn't have access to the House. The Democrats shut them down. So but the proposition is still like, I'm not disagreeing with your premise.
Mhm.
What are they supposed to pass to solidify? Because you said pass some laws to solidify the family.
Well, not anymore. No, it's like so the time that okay, prime example. It reminds me of what happened in Venezuela, right? The time that Venezuelans should have fought back is when they had guns and shit, right?
Sure.
They should have done something. So you can't wait till after. Okay, so prime example, Nick. Let's say here in America, after. Okay, so the First Amendment is done, right? That's officially done. It's a thing of the past. There's no.
Well,
free
they've
speech.
just offloaded enforcement of speech to private companies who are
Correct.
complicit with government.
So it's done. So First Amendment's gone. Second Amendment before long will be gone. It will happen. Anyone out there who's saying no, stop. It's gonna happen. Okay, so let's go there, right? All right. So no more First Amendment, no more Second Amendment, and my thing is this: someone said I'm not giving solutions, but there is no solution other than to leave. You won't win. That's my point, Nick.
But you're not going to win anywhere.
No.
Like progressivism is going to follow you.
You can make your life the best that you can possibly make it, right? It'd be like someone saying, hey, Nick, if I live in Minneapolis, will my life be better or worse than if I live out here where you live, right? It's
Right.
going to be better here for what you value in life, right? It will eventually get here, but by then you'll be older. I'm assuming much older, right? Because Nick, the same shit that's in cities, right? Major cities does not affect small town America the same way, right?
Right.
So what I'm saying is, so if you were in the city, what would you recommend to somebody if they could leave? You would say leave, right? You would go, hey man, if you want to stay within this state or within America, go to a small town, right?
Yeah.
If you can work remotely, whatever it is you do, right?
Sure.
I'm saying collectively, America is fucking done. We were sold out to China years ago, decades ago. So that part is over. So all I'm saying is, if someone asks me, well, Drex, what's your solution? You won't win. You won't win.
But you won't win anywhere.
No. But my version of what winning is, Nick, is going like this. Do I have X amount of my liberties, right?
Yeah.
X amount. Like I said, you're not going to have all of them. Can I live comfortably somewhere else? Comfortably enough. Remember, what I value out of life may be different than the next guy, right?
Right.
Okay, so if I say, hey, I'm sitting here in place X. The weather's nice. The food is nice. I've got a nice place, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I got internet access, right?
Sure.
And I'm like, yep. Is it perfect? No. But I've got enough for what I desire that I go, you know what? Yeah, it works for me.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying. Nick, I look at, and Ty Beard and I talk about this. I was like, what did Republicans do to reach out? And this goes back to one of the issues I had with some of your audience who kept talking about the 13/50, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I always say, I go, but after that election, 2020, right? I bet you wish you had some of those 13/50 votes. You see what I'm saying? Like, and Ty Beard admitted this. Trump did more to reach out to black voters and Latino voters, right?
Yeah. So Republicans did something.
He did. No, not Republicans. Trump did.
Sure.
Trump did more. The Republican Party, Nick, for years, for decades, do they really reach out?
I mean,
to minorities, right? Like, in general,
they've been working on it in some ways, but the hard thing is the Democrat grip on minorities has been ironclad since the 70s or 60s.
Absolutely.
So how do you break it?
You were supposed to go after the men who didn't have a fucking felony. That's how you did it. Like,
but that's what they did. I mean, that's why they had Herman Cain. He got destroyed. They had Ben Carson. He got destroyed.
well,
They had these guys coming in. They're bringing up. They're elevating people like Nikki Haley. Do
you know who you needed?
Who?
Donald J. Trump. Do you know why, Nick? Okay. Think about all the black guys that you know, right?
Yeah.
Think about the guys that black guys tend to like in general, right?
Oh, I know.
There's a term that we use. Man, he's gangster right there, man.
Yeah.
Nick, do you know what happens when someone like Ben Carson shows up? Even if you agree with them, we're saying if you're black, you're like,
Ben Carson stabbed a man.
yeah, during surgery.
No.
Who did he stab? Who did he shake?
That's his. That's part of his origin story.
Oh,
as
yeah.
a-
Well,
as a
his
teenager.
eyes were closed. Yeah.
As a teenager, he like stabbed somebody.
Allegedly. I don't believe Ben Carson did anything.
He grew up in a pretty shitty area. He might have accidentally stabbed
He
someone just trying to
accidentally-
get not stabbed himself.
I don't believe Ben Carson literally did anything. So here's the thing. Herman Cain doesn't fit. We have an image in our mind, right? We have an image in our mind of what you're supposed to, how you're supposed to be. And I close my eyes. I'm like, Herman Cain, no. Ben Carson, no.
Herman Cain made Godfather's Pizza. What's wrong with him?
He doesn't have the swagger.
He's dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
Not swaggering very
He
well
ain't
now.
swaggering now. But Nick, Trump had the. Remember, a black man can close his eyes and go like this. Sound like a brother right there. And he opens his eyes and goes, shit, he's not black. Whereas Obama's the opposite. You close your eyes like, trans agenda, running your mouth about socialism. This must be a white person. Oh, shit. What? See? Trump represents what a lot of black guys, like the mentality of a lot of black men.
Sure.
So so what happens, Nick, is he's more relatable, right?
Yeah.
One of my issues with a lot of black dudes, and especially who are black conservatives, they have this same kind of like look and feel. It's like, bro, you gotta, if you're black, you know how black men, masculine black men think, right? You know how they think. You come up with this whole like, yes, all this like reserved. No, we don't want dudes to be reserved, right? Why was Muhammad Ali popular among black people, Nick? Was he reserved? No. We don't like reserved people. You go in the black community, Nick, you go to a black person's house right now, and you would swear, you have a blindfold on. You're thinking, man, there must be 58 motherfucking people up in this house. And you open your eyes, get the blindfold, shit, it's only 4 people.
Yeah.
That's how black people are, just
I know.
loud, aggressive.
I've been around them before. You don't have to tell me.
You know I'm not, you know I ain't lying,
There's
right?
9 people in this room right now.
Man, I swear to God, there's a certain swagger you need to have, and none of them had it. Trump had he was basically a brother
Yeah.
who just happened to, he had that whatever that Michael Jackson disease
He's
is.
not white.
You
Pretty
know?
orange.
Yeah, he's orange.
Yeah. Okay. So let's see. Bad Vibe says if your IQ is below the temperature of boiling water, you don't get a vote. Slub45 says I like to send a super chat every once in a while, but how the F do your super chat regulars have all this money to keep sending $20 super chats? People like Bad Vibes are just chucking chat after chat at you. Good stream. Look, I don't know. I don't ask what people do. Hopefully sell drugs. Bad Vibe says Drex remove welfare or unemployment or UA for welfare, limit housing assistance to real disability, then reverse fixed taxes to sales, not income, then move programs like NASA, environmental, etc. to use lottery funds. So there's some solutions he had.
That'd be something.
Peter Pete says get rid of no-fault divorce, and if you cheat, you lose your rights to children. Maybe, but you're going to have real trouble getting rid of no-fault divorce because
It ain't happening.
despite how much damage it does, people like it.
Well, hold on. Who likes it? What people?
You're going to say women, but men like it too. They do. They don't want people do not want the idea of being tied down. They don't. That is empirically provable, and you cannot just say it's just women.
But when women are filing over 80% of the divorce, it ain't dudes filing, primarily.
Doesn't matter, because even so, if the woman's filing because the guy cheated, then the guy he wants that no-fault divorce.
Correct. He's still gonna lose.
He's still gonna lose, but he's not gonna lose as bad in his mind as if there was 4-fault divorce.
Hey man, Dr. Dre is paying $2 million a month.
That's his own damn fault.
See?
He's not even there anymore. The man had a stroke. He's dead.
Yeah, go to OJ for advice.
He's weekend at Dre's now. They've got him on strings.
Hey man, Dr. Dre's looking bad, man. Someone said he looks good after his aneurysm. But Nick, you're proving my point. So many things have been completely broken down. Nick, it's like walking to a house, someone goes like this. Hey Nick, is it more cost effective to redo this house or to just go fuck it, man? It's too late, Nick.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. I get where you're coming from, right? Like, so don't get me wrong. I understand the question when someone says, "Well, tell me the solutions." But it's
Don't
like,
put that on me. It's chat's
it's
question.
Chat's question.
I'm
But-
arguing the position.
But Nick, here's my problem. Though.
Yeah.
If you walk into a situation, you go like this. It'd be like someone saying, "Hey, Nick, what are you gonna do to make the Vikings a Super Bowl contender next year?" You're like, "Fuck," and they go, and they. Do you?
I don't know. It might have been. I don't even know. I told you. There's like 9 people in this room.
But Nick, okay, like when you look at like I said, sports is a good example. If you were to look at a very, very, very bad sports team, right, just garbage, and
Sure.
someone says, make them into a championship contender next year, you'd be like, and here's your budget. You'd be like, so okay, damn, free agency, and they go this. What about my draft picks? Oh, you only get one late first round draft pick. You're like, what about second round? No, you trade all your picks away. You're like, based on what you've given me, like the tools I have, like, bruh, I can't work magic. So you go like this. It ain't happening.
You get them on the field. You get them in the locker rooms. You get them working hard. You're doing doubles and triples.
Look, man. But that's my point. Nick, now you know sports.
Denzel Washington can make it happen.
Oh, Denzel.
I know sports. I know Denzel Washington could lead any team to victory.
It was that MGTOW Monger's right. Marriage is the worst contract in Megan Danner. But my thing is this, though, Nick. One of the things is, though, you know sports. You still need pieces in place, right? Like, you admitted that yourself. Like, the whole Messi analogy, right?
Yeah.
Nick, you need the pieces. So if someone tells me, well, Drex, give me some like, some ammunition that we can use. It's like, but dude, Nick, they're opening the borders, right? No different than ancient Rome. Once that border opens, Nick, and it's fully how many amnesty, right? Hey, Nick, how many people are gonna come in the United States? Tell me.
All of them.
And which side are they gonna vote for?
Republican.
Nick, it's over. Like, you're gonna end up getting 20 million more voters, right? 20 million more voters. Which way do you think they're gonna vote? And this is my point, Nick. I'm like, listen, I'm trying to sit here and say, yeah, I can do this. I'm like, because Nick, at the end of the day, someone let it get this far. Someone's let it get this far. Once you get to that point, it's like, Nick, you know what it's like? Imagine you were an assistant coach, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or you're a consultant.
I would never be an assistant coach.
Football game is going on.
I would jump into a vat of acid if I was an assistant coach.
Some game is going on, right, Nick? They don't listen to you, right? They won't listen. And then eventually they go like this. Shit, Nick, we're down 4 touchdowns. There's only 4 minutes left. Do this play. It worked. We got a touchdown. What do we do next? Do an onside kick.
Do it again.
So, Nick, what if, and also they go like this, look, oh my God. And then what if they blamed you at the end of the day? They go like this, Nick, you're the reason we didn't win because it's like, I was telling you what to do the whole game, right? The reason why we're down so much, because Nick, you know how football works. That time of possession, once you get to the end of the game, bro, they're just going to kneel on the ball. It's over. So if someone says, what do we do now? It's like, dude, that you had a 60-minute game.
Mm-hmm.
For the first 52 minutes, you didn't do shit. Don't ask me now with 8 minutes to go, well, I mean, you're not offering these solutions. Like, well, I mean, for 52 minutes when I was saying do this, right?
Yeah.
Keep the family together. You know what, Drex? You're a hater. All right, well, you know what? If it's not going to work that way, then do it. You know what, Drex? You don't know nothing. All right, okay. So then when you get to the 11th hour, Nick, and you have an influx of 20+ million people with amnesty, right? And they collapse the economy through the coup, right? When all these things build up, you're like this. What do you want me to say? What do you want me to do?
Fix it.
First Amendment's gone. Second Amendment about to be gone. So it's like, if all these things are against you, you're like this, Nick. What do you want?
Bad Vibe says, also, big change, get rid of property, I assume he means property tax, on the primary and only home, tax rentals. It would encourage home ownership. The problem is, with that is, unfortunately, most state budgets rely heavily on property taxation entirely, and they'd have to tax, I say they'd have to, they would tax somewhere else to make up for it.
Oh, absolutely.
And I'm not sure, like even in states that don't have income tax, they tend to have much higher property tax than some places. So it is a big change. It would be an interesting solution. Home ownership does potentially, kind of increase your sense of place and make people care more. But, all right, I'm going to start reading these other ones, these old ones, so we can wrap up sometime tonight. Where did we go? Kiwi goes live. Oh, this is in response. Remember he asked what we would do with the 8-figure windfall?
Mm-hmm.
This is his response. I should have read it at the same time, but I didn't see it right away. So since I didn't have room to tell you what I'd do, here we go. First, walk in humidor and whiskey room. Second, PS5s, Series X's, and RTX 3090s for the chat. And third, I would open a store in the Las Vegas Strip that only sells Friends TV show DVDs.
Wow.
There you go. Good plan. Mario Carter 13 says Funko Pop was a bad dude, and he ran with a bunch of bad boys, a bad crew. He sent Game Strong to the moon. That billionaire bailout better be on my desk by noon. Bad Diamond Hands says, buy GME. This is not financial advice. It's a threat.
Damn.
That's GameStop stock. Drex Disciple says, hey, Drex, I managed to organize my very own orgy for next week in protest of the lockdowns. Currently, we have 6 takers with an even split between the PPs and hoo-hoos. Any tips to make sure things go smoothly? None of us have tried this before.
I think he kind of answered his own question. Nick.
It's
Good
going to
luck.
be interesting.
It'll be
Probably.
interesting. You know what?
I'm
Give
guessing.
us an update on how that goes. I mean, I hope it goes well, but first timers, that's something.
We'll see how that.
Wait, what country was that? Was that Belgium? They made that mandate like no orgies or nothing. Remember that fat Belgian?
Yeah, that's Belgium.
Yeah. You heard about Canada, right? They actually told people to go do glory holes.
Yeah, that's great. Make your own.
Make your own glory hole. Yeah, that's Canada for you.
Malik Foxon says Drexel and blackface. WTF? Bad Dragonite says Black Dynamite. You got to stop selling these drugs in the community. Drug dealer. But Black Dynamite, I sell drugs to the community. Dynamite. Dynamite. Mario Carter 13 says, for Drexel, would you rather blow Kamala's back out in every room of the You Ain't Black House while Joe sniffs your every nook and cranny, or have a redo of your night with Cynthia live on camera for the launch of Ghetto Gaggers?
Oh shit. Wow, both of those are awful. Fuck. I mean, I would do Kamala because maybe we can get some laws changed. Maybe.
Kermit the Frog says,
Man, being a healer sucks. 1 second I'm getting pussy from these maid bitches, and the next I'm licking fentanyl off the floor and getting fucked in the ass. These royal cucks are milking my magic coom. Next time I'm being a bard.
Crusader Saracen says, by Allah, I care about these bitches even less than I care about an Iraqi shoe. He also says, hey, Drex, did you hear that The Last of Us 2 just surpassed The Witcher 3 as the most awarded game ever?
I did.
As if we didn't already know that the Game Awards are
It's
worth
rigged.
less than nothing.
It's rigged.
He also says, the left, dismantle the system. Internet, attacks Wall Street's money. The left, no, not that system. No, I got to give some credit to AOC. AOC said that basically siding with the people doing the Gamergate purchases. Like, she's like, why do I care if this hedge fund is losing money? Because AOC's a communist and would hate anything like a hedge fund in general. But to her credit, she had a decent take on that from what I saw. Maybe she had a bad take somewhere else.
Could have been.
But see, that's the funny thing I see, is that's the divide in the Democrat Party right now. Like similar to the divide in the Republican Party with Trump supporters versus establishment GOP. The establishment left loves hedge funds. And by the way, if you want to know why your social media companies and stuff like that are going to be favoring the hedge funds on these ones, because they're funded by venture capital, which is driven by hedge funds.
Yep.
And these are the guys that they may own parts of their companies. Let's see. Here we go. Crusader says, Elliot Page and her wife just announced they're getting divorced. Literally, as soon as they became a heterosexual couple, they divorced. Lol. I need surgery for my legs because I can't stand these hoes. Oppressed
great.
Ginger says, Nick, gaming friends are inquiring how to migrate to Canada. Here, doctors have life expectancy checklists to evaluate if they should waste time helping and can stop life support without family consent. How much worse is it in the States? Drex, how's Ozzy and Bill Murray?
Ozzy and Bill Murray?
I don't know what it says.
Oh.
We don't have the death panel thing in full swing yet. Not as directly as Canada. It was kind of staved off. But we'll see. Night of Hopex says, certain states' medical board was calling doctors, telling them to resubmit their cause of death as COVID when it wasn't COVID. Same state with a law firm that recommended hitmen. Our country is already not much better than Venezuela. People just don't know. Porsky says, Drex, don't you dare say the N-word, Nancy Pelosi. Reese1 says, anyone else want to Tyler Durden Silicon Valley? Nick, I know your legal advice is don't do it, but hypothetically, if an unknown party were to pull a Tyler Durden Project Mayhem on Silicon Valley, might it be able to put Jack and baby Zuck minds back in Skull? Maybe. It depends. Here's the thing. They're doing a Tyler Durden right now. Like, that's what's going on, just without bombs, but they don't care about bombs. They care about money. Wall Street is getting Tyler Durden to buy money right now. The question is, who wins in the long run? And it's steps. It's steps against it. You can't just, like, if the GameStop thing ultimately fails, does that mean that, I mean, they've shown you already that they're hurt. So, I think we tend to think this is the difference again between conservatives and progressives. Progressives think centuries-long plans. They think about how things will be long after they're dead. Whereas conservatives think keep things the way they are or go back to the way they were in my lifetime. And that strategy difference and that outlook difference means quite a bit. Personally, I mean, I'm not. It's hard to say I don't care what things are like now if I win 150 years from now when I'm long dead. But progressives have been doing that forever.
Yeah.
Crusader Saracen says, no judgment here, Drex, but my family ran from Cambodia once. We ain't running again. I choose to stay and build something for me and my posterity, even if I have to build it from the ashes. Rise1 says, heard of Project Thor? Considering NASA is launching a missile this summer to divert an object that's on course to hit Earth in 50 years, what's to say a few rods don't stay up there, drop over landmass, and it's completely undetectable and completely legal? Google it. Okay. I'm not familiar, so who knows? Tracy Dealman, welcome to Paralegal Status. Breck Nichols, welcome as well to Paralegal. Mr. Leon says, wait a minute, this isn't my brokerage app, and this isn't GameStop stock. Thick Anime Waifu says, in Drexel's voice, they all belong to the streets. God damn it. Painful Buggery says, short sellers just collectively lost $14.3 billion today. We're going to the moon. James Merriweather says, Drex, would you bang Biden's newest appointee to save the world? Also, thanks for hooking me up with Kevin Samuel's channel.
Oh.
The dude. The dude guy.
Wait, to save the world?
Save the world. You won't even stay in the country. You're talking about moving out. And you're considering saving the world?
I have this bit of empathy I can't shake. I can't help it. I mean, I don't want guys like Demon Slayer and everyone else to live in a communist shithole. Damn, but Nick, I don't know. That might be a bridge too far, man. I mean, that's a rough looking thing.
Ray24 says, hey, Drex, what do you think of the MILF in Resident Evil Village? Thoughts on the game? Also love the Channy, Nikki. You and that long nose. Hey, thank you. Have you seen the Resident Evil MILF chick?
Is she the one that cosplayed as the...
No, I mean, it's a character in the game.
How's that?
Oh, it's like this tall vampire chick.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, the tall lady who's wearing like the old style hat and all that stuff. She's like a witch or something.
I didn't think it was a cosplay though. I thought it was.
There's a woman who cosplayed as her, but yeah, I know what he's talking about. So what is the question about her?
What do you think of her?
Oh, I mean, I don't know much about her other than yeah, I mean, a cool looking character. I don't know how I feel about a first person Resident Evil though. I like the idea of the character though, right? Like, you know, you see her in like the white outfit with the like I said, the old style hat. Like, It almost looks like she's going to the Kentucky Derby, right?
Sure.
And I was like, oh, that's an interesting character. But like when they told me it was first person, Nick, I'm just like, because I was not a fan of Resident Evil 7 at all.
Almond John 1 says, what are Drex's thoughts about women with nose rings? No nose rings. Okay. Wolfgang Deo says, hope the GameStop simps will save Radio Shack and get all these brick and mortars to install NNTP newsgroup servers to secure free speech. They won't. They're not even saving GameStop. Right now, GameStop stock is overvalued. GameStop, the company, is not. It's trash. No one important says, redo the healer. Yes. I see you two are men of culture. Best anime of 2021 for me. Red Guy says, I love that a bunch of trolls on Reddit decided to blow up a hedge fund for literally no reason, and it worked. The power of capitalism and GameStop. No one important says, another donate to my men who love the hentai with extra steps. Redo the healer. Again, this man was snooed and beaten for 4 years. Well deserved. Andrew War Snowboard says, if Stipe beats Nagano on March 27th, is he the greatest of all time?
I don't know about the greatest of all time.
Who's greatest of all time?
I mean, fuck.
You know the answer to this.
Oh, I do?
You do.
Who's that?
The only man who's the greatest of all time. The only man whose one loss is a complete sham. And is the greatest of all time. Johnny Bones Jones. Quite possibly the greatest fighter of all time.
Now, you know I love Bones, right?
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I'm going to separate his off out of the ring because he's just doing dumb shit.
Yeah.
Right? In the ring, okay, when he fought Alexander Gustafsson, that was his toughest fight, I thought.
No, Mark Hamill was. Or Matt Hamill. Matt Hamill was, because that's what he lost.
Yeah, with the DQ. I don't know. Like I said, it's tough. I don't think Bones should jump weight, though. I never thought that was a good idea to jump weight class.
But he's going to go up to heavy or something?
Don't do it.
Mm.
Yeah, stay at light heavyweight. I don't know, Nick. I mean, think about it. Here's the thing. If the career's ended tomorrow, okay, did he have a more impressive career than, say, Khabib?
No, his career was cut short by his own damn stupidity.
His own stupidity, right? But we're saying just like
went out on top though.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying the fights that he fought, right? Just we're said you have to take away all the off the field shit, right?
Yeah.
Bones has done nothing but dumb shit. You know, the hit and run. Like every time he does something, I go like this. Like, the fuck are you doing? Like, and I met the guy in person, and he seemed like nice and humble right before Chael Sonnen. But I'm like, what are you doing? But Khabib, his style isn't as like sexy, I guess you could say. But he just went. He dominated every fight, right? Every fight. Bones dominated almost every fight. That's my only thing. Like,
okay.
I think
I defer to your wisdom. I don't know.
I think they're neck and neck.
Guns down and hit. What about Conor McGregor?
Did you see what happened to him?
I heard.
You heard,
I was
right?
Streaming when he got knocked out, I think.
Oh, on Saturday?
Yeah,
I was in Detroit. Past Saturday?
Yeah. Oh, I think I might have been on Flash's show.
Okay.
Cause that's,
I wanted to see that fight because normally I would have gotten up with my friend Big Booty Shannon, and we would have gone to see it. But I was in Detroit, so I was like, God damn it! I really wanted to see his comeback, and then the memes. And they got have you seen the Conor and Nate Robinson memes?
No.
Nick, it's wrong, man. They did him dirty.
Okay. So Guns Down and Hail says another show to keep your eyes out for is Chainsaw Man when it comes out. Chainsaw Man? Okay. Malachi Gaming and Talk says Season 4 is the conclusion, I believe, to Attack on Titan. Almond John 1 says, Drex, did you see that ratchet black queen twerking on MLK Day in public with 5 kids present? By the way, all in the name of stopping over-sexualization of women?
Yep, I saw it. I mean, it's what German Shepherds do.
Talbot Link says, Redo comic is great. Sword Hero Revenge is well earned and addresses a common RGE chat question. Werex says, just turned 30 and need a whiskey recommendation. Well, how much are you willing to spend, my friend? That's a good question. Okay. You're in Norway. Get yourself some Koskwe gin. I think that's Norwegian. Just a second. I'll help you. Oh no, it's Finland. It's Finnish. But this is gin. Never mind. It's not whiskey. Don't get this. Whiskey recommendation. I don't know, man. What do you like?
What is this Chainsaw Man I keep seeing? I've never heard of Chainsaw Man.
It's something that's not out yet.
Oh.
Let's see. I don't know what you can even get there. Probably everything you can get here. I don't know what your price range is. Look, if you're in the $50 price range, I guess like $17.92 is really good right now. $17.92. If you're up higher, if you're in that $100 range, get a Lagavulin 16. If you're in that $200 range, get a Dalmore cigar malt. There you go. Stephen Wallace says, Drex, there are plenty of great women in Malaysia that would make great wives. Chinese, Malay, and Indian. You'll change your mind on women. Try it.
But my opinion on women has always been the same, Nick. Like, okay, here's the thing. I separate female nature from an individual basis, right? I've met individual women who are great, right?
Mm-hmm.
And just like, it'd be like a woman saying like, how are guys? Like she'll say, here's guys in general, and here's particular guys, right? Malaysia, like I said, yeah, I'll visit there one day. It won't change my view on marriage, but I mean, yeah, I'll see Malaysian women go, yeah, they seem nice. If feminism hasn't infected them, I'm sure they'll be nice and feminine. But if you go in the Western world, Nick, these chicks are done.
Let's see. Malachi Gaming and Talk says, WSB admin announced push Dogecoin bankers big mad. Figbat DN says, Rekieta on MGTOwn podcast when? Well, I was on a bonus episode, but, sometime, maybe. Stephen Wallace says, I'm 5'7" and can curl 45 pounds. Is that a lot of weight?
Is it a dude or a chick?
Probably a guy.
Like dumbbell curls, 45?
Yeah.
Pretty decent.
Yeah. Almond
More than
John.
I can curl right now. I can't curl shit. Now
Your hand's still broke.
done. No, remember I told you? It was getting better, and then the finger banging in Colombia.
Oh, yeah, that's
and now
right.
it's rebroken.
Almond John 1 says, Drex, if women get attention from... Use your other hand. If women get attention from all the other men in the room, but the most handsome man in the room ignores them, do they get upset, asking for a friend?
Yep.
Macca Jr. says, trying to catch up on streams at the moment because of my newborn. Hope your night is fun. I rewatch those Greer streams all the time, and he needs to sew Melinda Scott. I think it means sex. That'd be great. Retro Dude Man X says, nice to see you both again and talk about what's going on, especially in the divided states of America. Stay safe always and freedom of speech forever.
What do you think about that, Nick? I asked that question in my Discord server.
Yeah.
Which was, do you feel things are like more divided now than ever before?
Seems like it's more divided than at any time in my lifetime.
I don't ever remember things like you said, Nick. Even after like the 2000 election, people were grumbling about the whole ballots on the side of the road and stuff. It was like bad, like, only momentarily, right? It was like after that, it was like okay.
And things were grumpy in 2008 when Obama got elected. The Republicans were a little grumpy about it. They were a little.
But he won by I think because he won by a landslide, all they could do is just. That's the most you could do, right?
Yeah.
If you lose by a landslide, all you can do is just be grumpy. Like, well.
And then things kind of started to go downhill from there.
The 2012 election, you started to see it more. Like,
yeah.
It was kind of like, and it just became.
And then 2016 happened, and like literally half the country couldn't accept 2016 happening.
Yep.
And now they expect the other half to accept it in 2020.
No, I will say this though. That's one thing that I have to kind of give like a little back slap with the right, because okay, when Hillary lost in 2016, there were lots of people who were Trump supporters that were kind of like just like in sports where people kind of show out, right, when they win. And then now that it flipped the other way, you kind of see like this butthurtness. I'm like, but you should literally just did the same thing 4 years ago. So neither side can really sit there and be too mad because like in sports, Nick, when a guy gets a sack, he gets up showboating. When a guy throws a touchdown on offense, he showboats. So it's like kind of the same thing. So just my own take on that.
But I mean, even outside the context of the election, though, things seem really, really tense.
Do you know what else has gotten tense? You would know this because you're a married man, but like I've been hearing more and more, and I've had people send me like dating profiles, right? Like, 'cause, guys like to roast dating profiles, right?
Yeah.
Nick, I don't know, it's a thing now. Like, if you're a Trump supporter, then no. Like if they're clear on that, right?
Yep.
And then you'll see other profiles where it's like this, like, if you're a liberal, then you can be liberal and not be a complete, crazy libtard, right?
Yeah.
You can be right-leaning and
I'm friends with plenty of liberals.
Absolutely. Like, when did it become this thing where it's like battle line drawn? Yeah.
Isn't that what racists say? I have 5 liberal friends. Gojirify says, Nick, please read. I think the election was rigged. That's a super chat, YouTube. That's not me. Gojirify, thank you. Stephen Wallace says, wrong, Nick. We had indie entertainment. It's getting squashed. Whatever happened to Filthy Frank and Mumkey Jones? The internet is turning into TV. Well, I think Mumkey Jones stopped after he got canceled, but there are more places hopefully popping up, so we'll see. Automata says, you ever consider picking a movie just to rip for a watch party? Just saying, Terminator Dark Fate is up there free on Prime right now. Man, there's so many movies I'd rather watch than Terminator Dark Fate.
Don't do it. Wait, Flash watched that on the stream, right?
He said it was awful.
I told you about when my brother fell asleep 5 or 6 different times. Nick, it's one of the worst movies I've seen. Well, I shouldn't even say I saw because I only saw. Nick, you see bits and pieces, and all of it was bad. The whole movie, bad.
Angry Baneling says, leave Deborah Berger out of this. She's a waifu. Stephen Wallace says, the first episode of Dragon Ball has a nude Goku. Obscene? No. It's not obscene. Russell Warren, thank you for the donations. Physicality Channel says, we've been trying to contact you about your car's extended warranty. Skeetneed says, Nick, you look like Mephisto and Drex looks like Baal. I guess. Baal. They mispronounced Baal and Diablo. Dr. Teeth says, Brooke Shields posed at 10 years old for a Playboy publication called Sugar and Spice in 1975, and the pictures come up with a basic Google search. Okay. Russell Warren says, didn't have anything to say. Thank you for your service. Oh, thanks, buddy. Much appreciated. Mike Testa says, Mad Black counts. Remember him saying control chat? Yeah. Stephen Wallace says, Jaguar's father was wrong not to prepare Drex, but he was right in his lesson that fear is a sickness. Fear not.
Agreed.
Mr. LHD6 says, hey, Drex, what countries would you go to? I'm also starting the initial stage of planning to leave the U.S.
I named them. So for expats, one of the easiest ones for us to get into, Nick, is Panama, right?
Yeah.
So I just did Colombia. Next up is I'm doing Brazil, Mexico, Panama, and I want to say there's one more on my list. It might have been Bolivia, but I probably won't do Bolivia. Listen, a lot of these countries are poorer, right? Obviously, but here's the thing, Nick. It's like in America, right? There are places that you can go, and remember, and if you have money, it's great, right? Like
yeah.
If someone says, "Hey, Nick, what do you think about Manhattan?" It's like, well, if you aren't rich, Manhattan is not the place for you to be, right?
Yep.
But if someone said, "Hey, how would you feel about I don't know, fucking some Waterloo, right?" Well, if you have money in any place in America is good if you have money, right? Any place, Montana, fucking Oregon, it doesn't matter, right?
You're going to countries where they chop people's faces off.
I mean, nothing because Nick, here's my issue. Nothing is gonna stop what's coming, right? So if you can accept that, it's like, well, like I said, what do I value the most, Nick? I value. You know that your mother-in-law went to Colombia, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So your mother-in-law was here earlier, and she asked me. We talked about it briefly, and she goes, "Yeah, Nick, the weather. Now, obviously, it sucks for you now. It didn't suck for you before, but when your weather is 60 to 80, so 60 to the low, 80 is the high. Nick, every day. There's no season ever. Sold. Good food, clean food, not this preserved bullshit that makes me sick every time I eat it.
Yeah.
Food, weather, women, and my money stretches far. Sold."
James Merriweather says, Drex, would you have relations with the ma'am in the White House and have your essence taken to save the world? Wolfgang Deo says, Drex, what do we have to do to keep you here in America? And Nick, you must denounce denouncing. You have to educate us on being awesome. Okay. I denounce all denouncing. What do we have to do to keep you here in America?
Well, I mean, I'll be here as long as, like I said, when my daughter comes of age, she's still got some time left before graduation day. She's still got years left. I mean, Nick, I'm gonna be here as long as it takes for me to set up my move. But man, Nick, you and I have talked about this. Where is it going? Right?
Yeah,
Like censorship's not going anywhere, right?
it's going somewhere.
It's nowhere good. So.
Angry Baneling says, Nick, make a 4th channel for your bad haircuts. It's the same haircut. Oh, my God. Super Iron Bob says, they've had this case on hold for 4 years. Let's not pretend this is all of a sudden Biden's DOJ. The SDNY needs to be something. The Southern District of New York is SDNY. Mike Testa. Damn it. Says, read my chat about Mad Black being controlling too.
Wait, is it that Mad Black?
Yeah, well, he was apparently trying to control the chat at some point. I don't remember.
Oh.
Evan Rogers says it's easy to say fight another day, but what happens when there won't be a next time? We can't vote our way out of this. What do we do? He says, I'm asking because not everyone can leave. There's 3 boxes people fight for society with soapbox, ballot box, and the one we use when the first 2 fail. Well, it sounds like you already have an idea. Wemmy Woo says, tell everybody to go play Postal 4 already. Is Postal 4 out now? Wilson Fisk says, did you see Ricky Vaughn was arrested yesterday for election interference in the 2016 election? Nick, check paypig.org for the Justice Department video. I'll look at it, but not now. Juan Cena, by the way, follow me on Rekieta Law at verified.af on the Fediverse. Juan Cena says, I'm waging a metaphorical war on my university for forcing students to download monitoring software on personal devices for tests. Wish me luck. Good luck, brother.
Good luck.
Hot Snodge says, cactus tacos tomorrow or today? You want some cactus tacos tomorrow? Today?
Well, it comes on your taco now, or your burrito, not mine.
Yeah.
But Nick, they need to start offering cactus at more Mexican restaurants if they cook it right.
Yeah. I'm game. I'll be in town at 9. Evan Rogers says, if we could do something, what would it be, Drex? If we couldn't leave, what would we do? We kind of discussed this.
Yeah, you just live in the best place that you can. Like I think you're doing it right now. Like I think that you are as cut off from the mainstream fuckery as you possibly can be living here.
Yeah.
Because when the George Floyd thing happened, it didn't affect you. You know where I live. It didn't affect me. Who did it affect? People in the city.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Let's see. James Merriweather. Nope. Wolfgang Deo says someone is going to get stuck with GameStop stock, so may as well start using the hilarity to find a way for them to improve and renew their business. Oh, the person who's going to get stuck with it is the, well, yeah, that's true. Someone does get stuck with it, but
you imagine being those people.
Whoever gets stuck with it gets the windfall, though. They win because they get basically the people have to buy it.
Well, yeah. Okay, so you would have controlling interests, is what would happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they gotta sell it off after that. James Merriweather says Valentina Shevchenko is obviously number 1 because of her skills and body. Hamill is number 2 because he beat Jones by tricking him into a disqualification.
I don't know who Valentino Shevchenko is.
Oh, that's the chick. You
It's
know
a female
her.
fighter.
Yeah, she's Russian. Some people say she's an agent. I don't think that's ever been like fully confirmed or denied. Yeah. I've seen pictures where she looks decent and then not so decent.
Well, chicks never look decent on fight day
True.
because they got their hair all in the cornrows and stuff. But I mean, I guess I think Paige Van Zant's prettier than her, though.
Agreed.
All right. Bad Vibe says, Drex, to be fair, Dems got an investigation. Yeah, it took them a couple years to get it, though. Fighting Slug says, did you see Biden's latest executive order? Due to Trump's use of terms like China virus, apparently hate crimes against Asians have increased. So now unnamed health agencies must ban terms against Asians. Lord Shulk says, Nick or Drex, where can I buy a good bookshelf? I don't know. This one I had made by a guy here in town. And it costs a little bit more than an IKEA bookshelf, but it's way better quality. Box says, Mumkey is still around, but only does a podcast these days called, I think, Trash Rats or something like that. If you like Doro Hedoro, you'll like Chainsaw Man. I don't know what Doro Hedoro is. Bad Dragonite says, the Amazon reviews on that movie make it worse. Mike Testa says, what about Japan, Drexel? Is that a good move?
In regards to like moving?
Yeah.
I think Japan's fucked, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. It's also expensive.
And price. I have there's a guy in my Discord server who lives out there, right?
Yeah.
Hey, when I tell you jobs are disappearing out there, Nick, yeah, bro. It's getting tight in Japan.
Talbot Link says, Amsterdam, New York, and Ranger, Texas suck no matter how much cash you have. Depressing places. CJ says, check out Nomad Capitalist here on YouTube. He's geared towards high income but has good info for as low as $1K a month. JJ Joestar says, hope you guys are doing good. I just found out they're doing a Mask of Zorro TV series and Zorro is a woman now. Nothing is sacred.
Are you surprised though, Nick?
No.
Of course not.
Mike Testa says, when NBA claimed people were harassing him. Oh, did he? I don't remember. If he asked me to like control the chat or something, I mean, I believe you. I just don't remember it. CJ says, WTF, couldn't say capitalist. Go fig, dang comms. Yeah, he has to put a space in capitalist because YouTube chat won't let him. The super chat won't let him say capitalist. Apparently.
Fucking serious?
I guess.
Oh my God.
Velvet Nightmare says, do states have a choice to increase the minimum wage to $15 an hour or not? Yeah, there's a state level minimum wage and a federal minimum wage, and they're different. So the short answer is yes. Yes. Okay, and then there's one more. Reese1 says, Drex, say hi to Trump when you go golfing. I can't tell if you're trying to be a Will Smith player or Chubbs the golfer helping Trump Gilmore. Also, comment was about Osmosis Jones. Drex is cold pill, and you're the white blood cell. Drex, what if your sub me too'd you?
Oh yeah.
That's a good question.
Yeah, I mean that could happen. Here's what I'll say about that though, Nick, and I'll be honest about this. You and I talked about this briefly. I think any dude at any point can get me too, right?
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter even if you touch the chick at all, right?
Sure.
So the best you can do is just similar to kind of like this whole topic of, leaving the US, right? Nick, you just got to do the best you can, right? Like you just do the best you can cuz I mean, Nick, what stops any female from my background, even if I didn't do anything, from me tooing me? Nothing, right? It's same with you. A girl from high school right now can me too you and you'd be like, I've never been with this woman in my life. It doesn't matter.
I'd laugh in her face.
They can still, but Nick, look at all the people who have had to deal with
Some
this.
guy tried to do that to me.
A dude?
A dude who lives in the cities. He's an attorney in the cities. He's also a liar and a piece of shit. He says he knows girls from my high school and says that he was trying to imply that I was hiding some sort of like inappropriate activity with those girls. And I'm like, okay,
Name them.
based on that, I know you don't know a single damn person from my high school.
Yep.
Because if you were to try and tell anyone there, they'd
They would
laugh at you.
They would laugh in your face.
Yep. So
Wow.
yeah, that's that guy's a piece of shit. But anyway,
Wow.
yeah, people are weird.
That's like Nick, and that's the real bad part about the whole Me Too thing. I had my girl J Love on my Discord, and she talked. She has sons, right, teenage boys, and she talked about it. She was like, she's told them everything that they need to know about this whole thing about women just being able to just out of nowhere be like, oh, he did this to me. Oh, I see you have a red chat. Damn.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Jason McConnell says, I have money. I retired at 42. No wife, no kids, highly mobile. I've been looking. There's nowhere to go. It's all blanked.
Yeah.
We're 3-star Michelin dudes in a Chuck E. Cheese world.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? I gotta say
well
this.
put, man.
I gotta say this to Jason. I'm actually agreeing with him, and this is where I think I think there's a slight disconnect with the chat, Nick, about what I was saying. Our man M and his stepfather, right?
Yeah.
Who moved to Guatemala, right? Well, Nick, okay, watch this. Is Guatemala perfect?
No.
No. But let me ask you this. For a man who had the job that his stepfather had, retired with the resources he had, is Guatemala a good place to be? For
Good
him?
as any.
So that's all I'm saying. Like, look, Ty Beard said the same thing. That he said the same thing. He said every place has problems, right? Nick, I agree. We all know that, right? Like if someone says, "Hey, Nick, should I move to Minnesota?" You can go, "What part?" Like there's problems in every. There's no state that you can say, "Oh, this state has zero problems." The question is, does it work for you? Remember, what I seek out of life may not be the same as what Demon Slayer seeks, right?
Yeah.
And that's all I'm saying. I'm like, look, I always tell everybody, do what works best for you. So that was Jason that sent in the message. I know what he's saying. I travel, Nick. When I travel, what am I always saying, Nick? I'm sizing the place up, kind of seeing like, based on what I'm looking for, does this place work for me?
Right.
I'm saying, I'm looking at America where it is now, where it was, and where it's going. I go like this. Based on what I need out of a place, do I see it working for me? Here's the key thing, Nick, in my lifetime. Because if you tell me, well, Drex, eventually every place is going to be fucked, I'm damn near 40. So if I can say, hey, if I can get another 25 good years out of this life, but before shit really hits the fan, go, man, at least I made it to damn near 65 almost, right?
Yep.
Because things don't collapse overnight. This is where people get confused. It's not like shit just hits the fan overnight and then poof, Thanos snap, it all goes to hell. No, it's a slow. Because like you said, Nick, 2000 election. If you were to ask people in 2000 and you were like this, hey, I want to show you the future of America. And they looked into a crystal ball of now, Nick, what would they say? No.
Yeah, they wouldn't believe it.
No way. It can't be that bad in 20 years. Yeah, it is. So that's all I'm saying, man. Like, and like I say, I appreciate that super chat. I really appreciate that super chat, Jason. And that he's 100% right, Nick. It's all just based on what it is that you seek. Because Nick, I've said it to you. I could never live where you live. Like living out in the country doesn't do it for me.
Yeah.
That's no knock on you. It's just saying.
Yes, it is.
It's just like it doesn't work for me. Like because Nick, for what I want and the things I need, I go like this. That doesn't work well for me. But as like if I were in your shoes, I go, I understand completely why you live where you live because you have the 5 kids. That makes more sense to you. But Nick, if you were a single man with no kids, unmarried, you probably wouldn't be living where you live. More than likely.
No.
No way.
I wouldn't be in this state at all.
You wouldn't be in the state, right? Like that wouldn't make sense. So that's what I'm saying. It's different based on your life situation.
Yep. Jay Warden says, Drex, I understand your pessimism, but there's nowhere else to go. If we give up on the U.S., then the rest of the free world will fall too. I ain't leaving. Peter Pete says, you can't put right in chat, so you're going to talk about GME stock. We talked about it a couple times throughout the stream. Wolfgang Deo says, stop moving away and taking the policies that caused you to move with you. Your policies are good. Stick around and move when you want to. So there you go. That's the chats for the night. That's the chats. I think we should wrap up. I don't know what's coming the rest of this week. Got a couple. Well, we got Thursday and Friday. I don't know if we're gonna be on playing games or what, but I will let you know. Make sure you check out Drexel's channel, the MGTOWN Podcast. It's in the description. Make sure you also check out my archive channel. This is going to be right when we're done. I'm going to start the upload on the archive channel and stuff like that. So it'll be up over there. I'm not taking it down off this one tonight, but in a couple days, I'm going to be taking them down in general. So make sure you get subscribed to the archive channel. If you need replays, if you like the replays or whatever, go check them out over there. All right, guys.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me on, everybody.
Yeah. As always, thanks for hanging out with us. Oh, let me
Peace.
get that outro playing, and we'll see you sometime soon. I'm going to be on Twitch. What are you up to?
You on Twitch tonight?
Yeah, I go on Twitch every night.
Oh. I thought you'd be up for whatever the thing you're going up on.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Well, I got to be up at 7:45.
Whew, that's even earlier
not
than me.
Happy about it. Because I know she's not going to get up, Nick.
Yeah.
I know she's not.
Here, let me end this out. All right, guys, we'll talk to you soon. Peace. Peace.
Oh, he drinks a fair bit, but you realize that it just helps get his noggin jogging along. With his glass by his side and his kids asleep tight, we'll hear some law-splaining tonight. With his microphone muted, we'll laugh at this boomer until he explains it's all part of the plan. Watch his face become redder as he becomes meta, raging at idiots from Twitterland. From the white shores of Maine to the hills of Glenlivet, there's no one who explains the law better than Nick. So pour out a glass for the ones who have passed to make the law what we have now. Oh, his lady is fair, and she handles herself with the grace of one who has borne many children. As the wife of a lawman, she makes sure that he has the time and the place to provide for them there. So pour out an ardbeg, a bow, more of love rug. The spirits flow as the ones who get unemployed. So pour out a glass for the tea post on Twitter as we hear law-splaining tonight. From the white shores of Nairn to the hills of Glenlivet, there's no one who explains the law better than Nick. So pour out a glass for the ones who have passed to make the law what we are now. Oh, the guests are all plentiful, from Doug T to Drexel. They bring their perspective and spice to the mix. But the reason we're here and the one that we cheer is the one who is showcasing us his career. Get unemployed. So pour out a glass for the tea post on Twitter as we hear law-splaining tonight. From the white shores of Nairn to the hills of Glenlivet, there's no one who explains the law better than Nick. So pour out a glass for the ones who have passed to make the law what we are.